All right, everybody, what's going on? You already know. Got another watch along, play by play, whatever you want to call it. We are 17 minutes away from game two. Hold on. Seems like my video's a little slow. Actually, close that. All right. But yeah, so 17 minutes away from game two. Interested to see what goes on in this one. I mean, if you don't remember game one, Denver, because they have a bigger lineup, they were kind of forcing the issue against Miami. When they were on offense, they were creating mismatches that they were taking full advantage of. Whether it was Aaron Gordon, who had the matchup of Gabe Vincent on him a few times and just bully balled him down low. You had Jokic when Miami went zone. Jokic was playing in the middle. There were several occasions where Denver would enter, make an entrance pass to him. He would literally turn around and there was nobody there. And he could just go to work. You had Michael Porter Jr. gave you 13 rebounds, but also gave you a nice little stretch of offense. So we'll have to see what it's supposed to do in game two. Now, I did just see that all those reports about Hero possibly coming back tonight, he is out tonight. So I'm assuming they're just going to save him for game three, give him another couple of days in front of the home crowd, make it easier on him. But Caleb Martin is also dealing with an illness, so we'll have to see if that affects his play because outside of, well, I mean, Caleb Martin had a pretty bad game one. He and Strus couldn't hit anything. Adebayo and Vincent were probably their best offensive players, so for the Heat, they're going to need Jimmy Butler to step up for sure. And between Strus and Caleb Martin, they need one of them to start hitting some perimeter shots. Otherwise, they'll find themselves down 2-0. But, so we do have our first adjustment from Spoelstra. Kevin Love is starting. If you remember, I said at the end of game one, if that would be something he would try because Adebayo being the only big in the lineup isn't going to work against Denver. I thought he might have gone Zeller only because Zeller's probably more of a defensive presence, but I can understand him going with Kevin Love. Kevin Love at least gives you something offensively. So I fully expect to see Adebayo probably still on Jokic. I don't know if Kevin Love can handle that. But now you're going to put Kevin Love on Aaron Gordon. So I still want to see defensively how do they match up with Denver. But I just think between Love and Adebayo, they'll probably just put one of them in pick and roll action and see how the rest of the defense kind of reacts to that. I'd be shocked if that wasn't the first set Denver tries on offense. Just to see how Miami deals with it. So we're about probably 15 minutes away from the tip off. Those of you coming in, what's up? Drop in the chat, hey, hi, comment on the game. Like, who do you have winning tonight? Do you think Denver goes up 2-0? You think the Heat tie the series up? Or anything else? Anything else you guys want to throw out there? Like I said, if you've been for my streams with these watch-alongs, anything's fair game during the game. So, leave it at that. But I think Denver wins tonight, especially with the Caleb Martin illness. Have to definitely see what he looks like. Hopefully he's not affected in any way because he needs a bounce back game from game one. But it's interesting. I kind of think after game one, I think it'd be easy to write off Miami. Now, yes, I have Denver winning in 6, but I always say in terms of game ones, you can't necessarily overreact. Now, if we see more of the same tonight that we saw in game one, then yeah, you would be worried after these first two games. But if the Kevin Love Adebayo starting lineup tandem works, then yeah, I think Heat fans would have a reason to be optimistic. I think for Spoelstra's sanity, he's hoping the double big works. That way, game three, you kind of have your starting lineup set. Hero can be on the bench unit. I guess with Caleb Martin, with I guess Lowry, guys like that. I, I don't know. There's only so much Spoelstra can do with this group, but they're gonna have to slow down Jokic to begin with. Jokic had the triple double in game one, was the best player on the floor without a doubt, and yeah, with the issues they had defensively, they got to stop somebody. Because last game, Jokic had a good game. I would say Gordon had a good game. I think Porter Jr. had a good one. Murray had a good one. I don't think Miami can keep up if those four guys are effective. But yeah, they're showing Jimmy Butler right now. He's obviously the key. He only had 13 points last game. He was non-existent for a lot of the game, and he can't have another performance like that. They can't afford it. Like I'm okay if the Heat go down in this game, as long as Butler kind of goes down swinging with the team. But another 13-point performance and they lose, I'd be like, what are we doing here? But yeah, I think this game's gonna be interesting. I'm actually trying to decide, do I want to do the Stephen A. broadcast again? But let me put this in the chat real quick. Although it did look like the countdown crew, I think they're going for the Heat tonight. Interesting. I mean, for the Heat to win, I'd have to say Butler probably has to score. I'd say 30, probably. But like I said, we will see where this game goes. Because once again, to reiterate, not overreacting to game one, but there were some troubling trends I saw in game one that I would have to see the Heat solve some of them in order for me to think they have a shot in this series. I'm obviously sticking with the Nuggets pick in six, but the Heat could definitely make a statement tonight by getting game two. Absolutely. But like I said, same way as if the Heat lose tonight, even if you were supporting the Heat or a Heat fan, I wouldn't overreact to that either because Denver wouldn't necessarily just be winning on their home floor, which is what they're supposed to do. It would just put pressure on the Heat to win both of their games back in Miami in games 3 and 4. So, but yeah, so I think I see a few more of you here. What's going on? How you doing? How's your night going? How was your weekend? How are you ready for this game? And who do you think wins tonight? And if you want to throw out there who maybe is the leading scorer, we could do that as well. The earlier start time almost threw me off as well. I was prepared for it to be 8:30 again, but it's 8 o'clock. But it's all good. All right, looks like a few more minutes for tip off. So, like I said, I think the countdown crew, I believe they all are going with the Heat tonight. I'm sticking with the Nuggets for tonight. So, yeah, like I have in the chat, let me know who you guys have winning tonight. If you want to throw a score prediction with it as well, that's cool. But I am ready for this game to have some fun tonight. Okay, ABC starting their game coverage, so we're just minutes away. But like I said, let's see what the Heat do now that we know Kevin Love's in the starting lineup for Caleb Martin, who's dealing with this illness. Will come off the bench. Does that mess up what they're off? What the Heat's offense having Love and Adebayo on the floor, and would they put Love on Jokic, Adebayo on Gordon? That's what I want to see. And for Denver, Denver won game one, but they can't assume that they could just play the same exact way as game one and win game two. I'm sure Mike Malone's going to make sudden adjustments as well because the Nuggets did get that 20-point lead, but then it seemed like in the second half when Miami went zone, Denver stopped kind of moving on offense, standing around, took a couple of bad shots, which helped Miami get back into the game. So we know Mike Malone definitely had some things to point to for improvements from game one to game two. That's a good thing. So in a couple hours, could we be halfway to the Nuggets winning their franchise's first NBA title? Or will we have a tie series heading to Miami? Yeah, so it's saying here Jokic and Murray scored or assisted 87 of the 104 points. I mean, we know that the duo you got to stop for Denver is Jokic and Murray. You'd rather see Porter Jr. and Gordon try to beat you, but it's difficult to stop both of them. Or you kind of let them get theirs and make sure you don't get that run from Porter Jr. or Aaron Gordon dropping in double figures. So Maya's got to choose one. They can't try to do both. Um, okay, for some reason, so I thought the game tipped off at 8. Clearly not, because ESPN literally just put 32 minutes until tip off. So it does tip off at 8:30, basically. But am I crazy? Wasn't when this was? Doesn't it say on the schedule like the game's at 8 o'clock? That's why I did the stream a little earlier. So I guess we'll be here for a little bit longer before the tip off. So I guess that's my bad. I don't know why they do that. I mean, I get it's the NBA Finals. We don't need this long of a pregame. Because I mean, how much can they necessarily talk about before the tip off? But yeah. Yeah, they're just showing a little highlight package of Autobio. I mean, not Autobio. Jokic doing work in game one. I mean, ESPN does ask an interest. I mean, ABC's asking an interesting question whether or not the Heat should kind of let Jokic eat or serve. I would think in Jokic's natural, you know, like package in terms of when he steps on the court, I feel like Jokic wants to assist and do all that first, not necessarily wants to dominate scoring. So maybe if Miami were to force him to do that, would he be I don't know. So yeah. But I guess since we're in an extended pregame show, could talk about some other stuff. Just trying to think. What else is going on in the NBA? So, all right. Yeah, so once again, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you're enjoying. You're talking about Tyler Hero, who I guess it was an outside chance Hero was going to play tonight, but that's not happening. Which I mean, doesn't really make sense to play Hero tonight. Like you might as well just wait till game three and let him play back home in Miami. Let's see. Oh, so where the fuck was the game? Gucci Brooks, appreciate you tuning in. So the game is on ESPN Plus or ABC. NBA Pass is not streaming it. Whack. Yeah. Do you have ESPN Plus? Or like I said, ABC is where you can watch it as well. But appreciate you tuning in. You don't. Oh, that's messed up. Uh, well, I mean, I'll keep you up to date with everything that's going on in the game. You know, unfortunately, because of copyright and everything, I can't show the stream, but I will definitely keep you informed with the score and everything. So I guess you stumbled onto the right place. But so Gucci, you know, who do you have winning tonight? I do believe you are new to the stream, so appreciate you stopping by. You know, if you want to, since you're over on Twitch, if you want to go ahead and follow me, appreciate that. But no pressure. Heat all day. Okay. So I have the Nuggets in the series, but I mean, I am a Celtics fan, so you can take that for, you know, what you want. So what do you think about Kevin Love in the starting lineup tonight, since you are going for the Heat? Because after game one, I did say I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat went with a second big in the starting lineup. And I guess Kevin Love is a better option than Cody Zeller. Because at least Kevin Love can kind of give you some offense. Zeller, kind of limited on that end of the floor. All right. All I'm going to say is I wish Hero was in. Yeah, because they talked about during game one that there was a chance he was going to come back game two. I guess, you know, Miami's going to wait a couple more days, let the hand I guess, heal a little bit more. It'll be interesting to see what Hero looks like because he hasn't played since what, April, and with a hand injury, you'd have to wonder. The first time a guy slaps down at the ball and hits him in the hand, you know, will it be incredible pain? Will he brush it off? I think he probably just have to get hit once to kind of be comfortable with it, and he'll be good to go. But yeah, Hero definitely will bring something to the Heat. He's another guy who, can create a little bit for himself, can pick up the slack if, Butler isn't necessarily being aggressive. And I'm assuming he's going to cut into Struce's minutes because Struce was brutal in game one. Caleb Martin had a rough shooting night in game one as well, but Caleb Martin, I could say, has been kind of the unsung hero for Miami during this playoff run. Because during the East Conference Finals, I actually thought Caleb Martin was going to get the series MVP, but they gave it to Jimmy Butler. So if it came down to, implementing Hero and cutting back on Struce or Martin's minutes, I'm kicking Struce out. Or does Duncan Robinson go back to the bench when Hero comes back in game 3? I mean, well, he's on the bench already, but does Duncan Robinson become, I guess, just a depth piece? Doesn't really play that much when Hero comes back. Sweaty Boys going on. You've been kind of a regular. The Heat really think they good. Well, I mean, they made the finals. They should think that they're good. But I do think that they are a little overmatched. But I want to see with Kevin Love in the starting lineup, what does that look like? Because, I mean, Miami can't sit here like game one where you're having Aaron Gordon on the block against Gabe Vincent. They're not going to win any game with that kind of matchup. So hopefully with Love in there without a bio, those mismatches don't happen. And if they do, they're out in the perimeter. That way Adebayo or Love can kind of have some help defense or whatever. But I don't know. This is where the chess match begins. Game one, they saw each other's arsenal. Now game two is adjustment time. So I know Gucci said he's got Heat all day. Sweaty Boy, I'm assuming you got Nuggets winning tonight. I have the Nuggets winning tonight. It seemed like I think most of them on the countdown desk have the Heat winning tonight. So we are just under 23 minutes. I mean, just over 23 minutes until tip-off. So, Sweaty Boy, yeah, I was just saying that I thought the game tipped off at 8. That's why it came on a little bit earlier, but it looks like it's going to be 8:30, but it's all good. I'm here for a longer pregame. But while we are waiting for the game, been some interesting stuff around the NBA. Now every coaching position is filled except for Toronto. I don't know who's going to get that job. I would say probably out of the 6 openings out there, where Toronto was probably the worst job available. Now that they're going full-blown rebuild. But I know there was a name that some people were throwing out there, Kevin Ollie. Looks like he's going to be on the Nets bench as an assistant coach. That's an interesting hire for Brooklyn. I like that. James Borrego, another guy who was out there. He's going to the Pelicans to be on their bench. So I think people are running away from that Toronto job. So that seems like a job that probably a first-time coach will probably end up getting. I think Chris Quinn from the Heat bench is in play up there. Maybe it's his job to lose. I don't know. You got Doc Rivers out there. He didn't want to do a rebuild in Boston. I doubt he's going to want to do one in Toronto. So you could cross him off the list. I don't even know who else is out there. But yeah. It's crazy with the Toronto job. I mean, the tough part is one, they're up in Toronto, the only team in Canada. That's one issue. Two, the roster is just not that good. I mean, some of you in here, you might be Pascal Siakam fans. I'm not a big Siakam guy. I'm not necessarily the biggest Scotty Barnes guy either. I mean, Fred VanVleet, I think, is a free agent, but I think he was a little overrated. So, Toronto's got a lot of work to do. The only good thing Toronto has going for them is expectations are low. Probably non-existent up there for like the first couple of years. So you can go up there, establish your system. There's gonna be no pressure from those fans up there. At least I don't think so. But yeah. See what else is going on in the NBA. Oh, heard from Jason Tatum did some interview or something. He's saying he wants Jaylen Brown to be, I guess, get signed with the Supermax or get extended so they can be together for a few more years. I'm along the same line of thinking. I think you keep the two of them together. I know it's mixed in terms of the NBA media. Some think you split them up. Some think you keep them together. I say you keep them together and not necessarily run it back, but build around them. But yeah, so Gucci, Sweaty Boy, anybody else who's in here? Any questions you guys got or comments on tonight's game? Throw them out there. I'm a Sweaty Boy, I'm all about interacting with you all in the chat, so fire them off. Let's see. Gucci, if you are still in here, because I know you said the game's not on NBA Pass. Are you like out of the country or something? I mean, you could probably do like a free trial of like YouTube TV just for the game. But if not, like I said, I'll definitely keep you updated on the score and everything. Also, question for the chat. Looking at the coaching matchup in this series, Mike Malone, Eric Spoelstra, who I would say arguably are probably two guys in the top 5 maybe coaches in the game today. Or if not, you can let me know if you disagree with that. If Mike Malone wins or if the Nuggets win this, where would you put Mike Malone in terms of the hierarchy of coaches in the game today? And same thing with Spoelstra. I think Spoelstra probably gets a bigger jump if this Heat team find a way to win a title. But I guess we'll stick to Mike Malone since he is coaching the team that's the favorite. I think with the past couple of years, Mike Malone's probably kind of been under the radar, but as we've seen in this playoff run, like he's a pretty good coach. If you didn't think that. Jamal Murray as well. I think Jamal Murray, because of the knee injury, was kind of away for a little bit. I feel like some people forgot how good Jamal Murray is. So we got like 17 minutes until tip off. I see you followed Gucci. Appreciate that. Yeah, definitely appreciate that, Gucci. Yeah, I want them to just start this game. Hold up. Hold on. Did the game start? Wait a minute. Some might be up with the stream, people. Hold on, guys. So I was on ESPN Plus, and they're showing the pregame show. But the game's already started. Oh my god, ESPN, you got to do better. Hold on. Yeah, so the ESPN app completely dropped the ball on that one. So that's my fault. The game actually started. It's 1910 Miami. The feed that I was on like restarted the pregame show for whatever reason. So we got 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Butler with a jumper in the lane to make it 21-10. Jokic back the other way, try to get the foul, didn't get the call, and then Gordon gets fouled in the lane. Yeah, so if you're just tuning in, for some reason my ESPN Plus didn't show the game right away. It was like replaying the pregame show. So the game has started. I have it up now. That's my fault. It's 21-10 Miami right now, 4:42 to go in the first. That's the first time that the ESPN app has done that. I've never seen that. But Jokic has it. He gets into the lane and he puts it up and in. It's now 21-12. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Spoelstra with the timeout. So, yeah, that's wild. Because I was literally watching the pregame show and it was counting down, and then for some reason the broadcast stopped. The count, I don't know, whatever. So ESPN completely screwed that up for me. So that is completely my fault. So I guess technically, if I had the scoreboard up, I probably would have seen that the game had started. The only issue is the scoreboard screws up the stream, though. Okay. So I got to pull up the box score to see what I missed. So, so for Miami, Strus has 9 points early on. That kind of goes against everything I talked about because I was kind of trashing Strus for a little bit, but he's got 9 points so far. Vincent with 4, as well as Adebayo and Butler each have 4. So Strus has rectified himself from game 1. He's actually made 3 3-pointers already. Looking at Denver, Jokic with 7, Murray scoreless. So Miami's doing a better job against the tandem of Jokic and Murray so far in this game. Kevin Love, who did get the start, he hasn't scored yet. He has a couple of rebounds and an assist. Porter Jr. hasn't scored yet, and Gordon with 2 points. So far, the double big for Miami working a little bit. But it's just a 9-point lead, still in the first quarter. And once again, like I said, if you were here at the start of the stream, the ESPN app screwed up and wasn't showing the game, was showing like the pregame show again. But unfortunately, by the time it was actually showing the game, it was like 19-10. That's okay. Roll with it. Keep going. So we got 21-12 right now. Spoelstra in the Heat called timeout. All right, so we're back to the action. We got Butler, Lowry, Zeller, Strus, and Martin on the court for the Heat. Nuggets have Gordon, Brown, Jokic, Porter Jr., and Caldwell Pope on the floor for the Nuggets. Strus misses the 3. Nuggets back the other way with the rebound. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's 21-12. Miami with the lead. Gordon goes into the lane. Out to Porter. Knocks in the 3. Hey, you know what, Porter? He's going to keep shooting them. Porter is not shy. So it's 21-15. Martin gets into the lane, kicks it out to Strus for 3. Misses it. Tips out the rebound. Aaron Gordon with it. Nuggets back the other way again. Porter Jr. for 3. Misses that one. Okay. Automatic heat check from Porter Jr. Lowry gets a screen from Zeller. Throws a bullet to Butler, who's got Gordon on him. Faces him up. Out to Martin. Back to Butler at the 3. Gordon with nice defense. Out to Strus. Knocks it in. That's Strus' 4th 3 of the quarter. So, yeah, I got on Strus after game 1. Completely shutting me up right now. Strus has 12 points, 4 of 7 from 3. Jokic has it up top. He's got Zeller on him. Jokic gets into the lane, gets fouled. It's going to be on the floor. So I'm assuming at this point they'll probably play a little bit tighter up on Strus. If not, he could be in for a big night. So Porter took the inbounds and got fouled by Duncan Robinson. Strus is to the bench right now. Duncan Robinson in for Strus. All right, so 24-15, Heat with the lead. Jamal Murray off the screen from Jokic. Back to Jokic at the free throw line. Jumper, knocks it in. 24-17, Heat with the lead. 2:22 to go in the first quarter. So Butler has it up top, gets the screen from Zeller. Zeller goes to the hoop, lays it in. That was a good, quick decision from Zeller. He took the bounce pass from Butler and just dove to the hoop. Then back the other way, the Heat defense fell asleep. Brown with the wide open lane to the hoop, lays it up and in. Under 2 minutes to go in the first. 26-19 Heat with the lead. And got a turnover here on Martin on the drive on the baseline. They wave the basket off. What's going on, Jordan? Yeah, Jordan, I don't know if you were here earlier, but my ESPN app completely played a trick on me. It was showing the pregame show again, and I missed the first part of the game, but it's all good. Jokic with the runner in the lane is 26-21. Heat lead 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Jokic with 11. He showed up again. Murray, the guy, get him going. But it's only a 5-point lead, so, Denver feels good about it. Caleb Martin pulls the three, misses it. Jokic with the rebound. Looking to run a little bit, but the Heat defense get back in transition to slow it down. Jeff Green had Robinson down low. They didn't throw it to him, though. Murray gets back to Jokic, into the lane, out to Brown, gets it back to him. Looking to do work in the lane. That was a good move by Jokic, just couldn't get the bucket. Brown gets into the lane. Tough shot at the rim, knocks it in. I was wondering for. Oh, yeah, because, when you left, I was like, I looked at the time and saw I had to come on here for the live. But I'll probably be back on after the game, though. Nuggets fans want a backcourt, but it's not one. It was deflected out of Lowry's hand, so he can go get it. Lowry with the missed shot. So the Nuggets going to hold for one. 26-23 Heat. And the Nuggets have a chance to tie the game or go into the second quarter. Probably means 3 a.m. Nah, not that late. Foul up top on Lowry. Once again, looking around like, who, me? Yeah, you fouled him. Lowry's like hooking his arm. But they got a foul to give, so it's all good. So Porter Jr. is coming in for the last 6.5 seconds of the first quarter. Highsmith coming in for Robinson. Smart move by Spoelstra there. I'd rather have Highsmith in there for defense. Jokic with a handoff to Murray. Murray playing with it, puts it up. Long on the three. That's the end of the first quarter. So the Heat have a 26-23 lead going into the second quarter. So like I said, I missed the first part of the game, but Strus, much better than he was in game one. That's definitely the plus for Miami. It looked like starting Love with Adebayo. I guess you have to say it was a positive after one quarter. But the worry is the Nuggets are within one possession. Murray hasn't gotten going yet. We know that's coming. Porter Jr. as well hasn't really got it going. But yeah. So how's everybody doing? Who do you have winning tonight? That's been a question I've been posing in the chat. Let's see what else. Hero out tonight, even though they talked about him possibly playing, but looks like the Heat are going to give him one more game. I assume he's going to play game 3 back in Miami. Caleb Martin's dealing with an illness, so he was replacing the starting lineup by Kevin Love. He's out there playing, so I guess it's not that bad, but something to watch as the game goes on. Because I wonder with the illness, with the altitude, how that might play later in the game. Definitely have to keep an eye out for that. For Denver, yeah, everybody's available for Denver game 2. I said it before. It looks like the countdown crew. I think most of them are going with the Heat to win tonight. I mean, after one quarter, they probably feel good about that pick. Now we have to see can Strus keep this up after the first quarter. Because I get it. If they probably sagged off of him based off of game one, I can understand that. But he's hit 4 already in the first quarter. I'm assuming they're going to play him a little bit tighter. Yeah, got a commercial break between quarter one and quarter two. Yeah, to let you all know as well, I will not be able to do watch-alongs for games 3 and 4. We'll be out of town, but just want to let you know. At least as of right now, that's my plan. But I will probably do some type of video or something. So even though the Heat had the lead, I will say the Nuggets closed the quarter better, which is why it's only down, why the deficit's only 3. So we're back for second quarter. Brown out to Murray. Murray's in the corner. Tried to throw a pass underneath to Gordon. It was tipped out of bounds. So Nuggets will be inbounding the ball underneath their own basket. So Jeff Green has it, gets out to Jamal Murray. Murray whips a pass into Brown. Fadeaway, knocks it in. Tough shot. It's now 26-25. Heat lead is all the way down to 1. But we're just underway in the second quarter. Caleb Martin has it. Lazy pass. Braun intercepted it, but it was falling out of bounds and then just kind of threw it. So it's going to be Heat ball. Also, unfortunately, since Brown actually had possession of it, the shot clock resets. I keep wanting to call him Braun, but it's Brown. That's how he pronounces it. I believe he's out of Kansas, I believe. So, Adebayo hands off to Robinson. Robinson slipping. Brown last touched it out of bounds, so it's Heat ball. Heat lucky there. That could have been a turnover. And with Robinson down on the court, would have been 5-on-4 back the other way. Lowry gets it into, nope, intercepted by Brown. Green gets fouled from behind by Highsmith. So Jeff Green's going to the line for 2. That was what, 3 straight? Brown had a steal. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't go look at the monitor or anything. That was just a playoff foul from Highsmith. So Green, first free throw, knocks it in. 26-26 ball game, 11:04 to go in the second quarter. Jeff Green waits for the ball to take his second free throw. Jeff Green's been around for a while. Always root for Jeff Green. He was a Celtics draft pick back in the day. I am kind of surprised his career's lasted this long. Because if you don't remember, Jeff Green had like a heart procedure when he was with the Celtics. And I was kind of worried about whether his career would be over, but he's made it last. But Lowry answers back in the other end with a three off of the penetration and the kick out. So the Heat reclaim the lead 29-27. Brown gets into the lane out to Bruce Brown, knocks it in. So Bruce Brown answers Kyle Lowry's three with a three of his own. So the Nuggets have the 1 point lead again. Lowry threw it into Martin, but Gordon met him at the rim, blocks it. Nuggets back the other way. Murray out to Jeff Green, knocks in the three. So this is what I said from game one. When the Nuggets play with pace, and usually that's because of them getting a defensive stop or a rebound, Miami struggles with that. Where they fell into trouble in game one, they started slowing the game down. That allowed Miami to kind of run their stuff. But if Denver tries to turn this into a pace game, they'll win easily here. Because Lowry ran off the screen. Caleb Martin slipped it, was going to the hoop. Lowry gave him a nice pass. He went up for the layup instead of trying to finish with a dunk. Gordon came over, got a fingertip on it, and then it led to a Jeff Green three. So another timeout here for Spoelstra. Nuggets had the lead. Nuggets had the momentum after Miami had it early on with an 11-point lead. That's completely gone, and now they find themselves down. But it's still early. Butler's on the bench. We'll see if when we come back from the commercial if Butler's in the game or not. So like I said, Gucci, who was in here earlier, appreciate you for following me over on Twitch. I know you're trying to find a way to watch the game, so hopefully you're still in here in the chat. And like I said, I'll keep you up to date. But yeah, the momentum and all the good feelings that Miami had early in this game completely gone because Denver now has the lead. Their offense looks like it's clicking again, and the crowd is completely into it. But Spoelstra with the timeout. Let's see if he can settle his team down, come up with a play to get a bucket here, and kind of quiet down the crowd a little bit. But yeah, so for Miami, Strus having a much better game 2 than game 1. Martin with the illness. He hasn't really looked for his shot a lot in this game yet. But we'll see how that goes as this game goes on. Like I said, I'm not a scientist or a doctor or anything, but whatever his illness is, with the altitude, will that have some effect on him as this game goes? So like I said, that's something we'll have to keep an eye on. All right. Showing a little ad for that Shooting Stars film or whatever. I guess shout out to that dude from Stranger Things. Now he's playing LeBron. Things are kind of going his way. All right, talking about NBA cares right now. Definitely one of the great things about the NBA. You know, all these teams do a lot of work in their communities and all that. Love to see it. So we are back from the timeout. Let's see what Spoelstra draws up to kind of calm this game down a little bit. It's 33-29. And we are back. Adebayo has it. He's facing up Jeff Green. Gets it to Duncan Robinson. Tipped away from him. Another turnover. Up to Brown. Over to Jamal Murray in the corner for 3. Knocks it in. Okay. Nuggets are clicking right now. They had a bit of a slow start to this game, but they've got it going right now. Robinson has it. Gets it to Adebayo once again. Facing up Jeff Green. Adebayo makes the move. Fade away. Misses it. Gordon with the rebound. Nuggets are coming back the other way. And what was that down low? So Gabe Vincent fouled Jeff Green as once again mismatched down low. So I thought they were showing the replay, but both guys ended up on the floor as Vincent was trying to fight with Jeff Green and ended up taking Jeff Green down. So Jamal Murray with his first bucket, that three previously. See if he gets going. Heater in zone now. Bruce Brown out to Green, over to Brown. Brown to Brown. Gordon in the corner for three. He knocks it in. Miami got to be careful. The video game shooting is going to ramp up. Yep. Denver's tough at home. I mean, we all kind of know that, but Miami's supposed to be the road warriors and all that. And right now, it's a 10-point lead for Denver. Remember, it was 11-point lead for Miami in the first quarter. So 22-point swing. 21-point swing in less than a quarter. But Vincent calms it down, knocks down a three to make it 39-32. Miami can't protect the ball to save their life. Yeah, that's true. So Brown rims out a three. Heat with the rebound, coming back the other way. Another turnover from Miami. Jamal Murray dunks it and the foul. Has something to say to Strus too. The Heat are in danger right now. Jory and Jake, appreciate you being in the chat. How are you guys doing tonight? Miami's got to be careful. Because, Jory, you did say about the video game shooting, it's more than that. Because even defensively, Denver's already got it going already. Yeah, Jake, yeah, absolutely. Turnovers. That's all Miami's doing right now. All right, so Vincent shoots the three. I don't know where that shot came from. Here comes Gordon back the other way. Aaron Gordon gets into the lane, out to Jamal Murray. Murray off the screen, has Adebayo on him. He's setting him up. Don't do it to him. Fade away. Oh, that was just beautiful by Jamal Murray. Now, I said this before game one. Some of you who might have heard it might have thought it was me being, I guess, bitter about my Celtics, but I think Denver is more than happy to see Miami. I think Boston would have given them more of an issue. But that's all I'll say about Boston. Miami can turn this around, but it just looks like the height, athleticism of Denver is going to be too much for Miami. At least right now, that's what it looks like in this series. So unless Miami's going to revert back to that 50% shooting from three, I don't know how they hang with Denver in this series. Now, once again, Denver is really good at home. So game three, we'll have to see if Denver's game carries over to Miami. But it's looking mighty nice for Denver right now. So Jory, Jake, I think Jordan's still in here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Been having a lot of fun with these watch-alongs. Hopefully you enjoy them. As I mentioned earlier, unfortunately, I won't be able to do games 3 and 4, but I guess if there's a game 5, I will definitely be back for game 5. Jory says, Miami's too small, and right now they have shoddy shooting right now. Yeah. As crazy as game 1, Strus couldn't hit anything. Strus is actually shooting in this game. It's like nobody else can shoot. Now, Caleb Martin is dealing with an illness. I don't know how much that's affecting him, but the turnovers are definitely the bigger issue. So I don't even know if I would worry about the shooting right now. They got to be able to take care of the ball because they Miami's already shown in this series when they turn the ball over and Denver starts running, Miami can't keep up with them. Miami wants to, score on their end, set up their defense, and kind of go about it that way. If they're constantly running in transition, yeah, Miami's in big trouble because they're already a small team, and if you have Adebayo get gassed out there, who do you turn to? Yeah, so it looks like Miami's just overmatched. We've been saying for weeks that the Heat aren't a great team. Now they're finally playing like the roster we kind of expect them to be. Yeah, which kind of sucks for me as a Celtics fan because where was this Heat team against Boston? I kind of thought this was a team that Boston was going to play. That's the second time I mentioned the Celtics. That's probably the last time. Hopefully. I don't know. But yeah, Spoelstra's got to figure out something. And so far, it looks like another where's Jimmy Butler game. Which, once again, the Celtics fan in me was wondering where was all of the heat from the media for Jimmy Butler disappearing in game one. I didn't hear it. All right, so we're back. Butler has it. He's got Aaron Gordon on him. Hands it off to Strus. Down to Adebayo. Out to Strus. Almost a turnover there. Butler, I think that looked like a 2 to me, but they called it a 3. I thought he had his foot on the line. I'll sure they'll look back at it. But it's 44-35. Nuggets lead after the Butler jumper in the corner. Murray almost took that 3, but he gets it to Jeff Green, who has Highsmith on him. Green backing him in. Gets the foul going to the line. So even when the Heat force a missed shot, it's because of a foul. So now Green's going to the line for 2. You know the other issue that Miami has right now? They don't have a lot of guys who can create off the dribble. And I think that's a big problem as well. Like Strus, Vincent, Robinson, Love, guys like that, they're good for like 1 or 2 dribbles, and then they're picking their dribble up looking to pass it or shoot a fadeaway or something. So I think that's also an issue for them. All right, so he knocks those in. It's 46-35. Love has it up top to Jimmy Butler. Got Jeff Green on him. Yeah, can't get to the hoop. He's just dribbling sideways. Strus in the corner to Love. Misses it. Love gets the rebound. Goes up. Misses that one. Oh, gotta make that one. Murray back the other way. Gets it to Brown. What the dunk. Once again. Denver out in transition. Miami cannot keep up. Butler with a crossover gets into the lane, picks up his dribble out to Strus, misses that one. Jokic with the rebound. Denver's running again. They got lucky that Murray missed that one. Like Jimmy Butler was jogging up the floor. Bro, you're down 13. You got to get back into the play. All right. Butler off the screen. Out to Love. Back to Butler turnaround. Missed that one. Bruce Brown with the rebound. So Bruce Brown gets the screen from Jokic. Gets into the lane. Runner. Tough shot. Brown almost had the rebound, but was knocked away from him by Vincent. Kevin Love back the other way. Out to Adebayo. Over to Vincent. Vincent has Jeff Green on him now. Gets Brown on him. Picks up his dribble out to Strus. Going nowhere with it. That's Adebayo with the moving screen. Yeah, this Heat offense is completely out of sorts right now. So we got another turnover with the moving screen from Adebayo. Brown has it, gets it to Bruce Brown. Jokic set the screen on Vincent. Vincent tried to flop. Jokic trips over Vincent. So here comes Jimmy Butler. Gets the screen, not looking at the hoop. Out to Love. Up fake. Thankfully, Kevin Love knocked that in. So it's 50-38 Denver. We've got 4:35 to go here in the first half. So like I said, I will be sticking around for halftime. But you already know that if you've been on these watch-alongs. Jokic up top. Hands out to Brown. Dribbled off his own leg. Vincent with the turnover. Vincent goes up. Knocks it in. And one. Miami definitely needed that one. Yeah, Bruce Brown just lost the handle there. Good finish by Vincent. All right, so Mike Malone with the timeout. It's a 10-point ball game. Nuggets with the lead, 50-40. Vincent, when we come back from the timeout, will be on the line for one after his bucket in the foul. In transition after Bruce Brown dribbled it off his own foot. So, this game has looked kind of different from game one, but then not really in the same. Because this pace is what Denver played at when they were up 20 early in game one. Will there be a letdown in the second half like there was in game one, where like around halfway through the third quarter into the fourth, they kind of stopped running. Miami started hitting shots, and the game got a little closer than it probably was at that point. So if I'm Mike Malone, coming out of this timeout, say, look, finish the quarter, go into the half, up 15 or so, and then look to do that again in the third quarter. All right, so far in the second quarter, Nuggets have 27 points, Heat only 14. Quick turnaround. Heat were up 11 in the first quarter, find themselves, Vincent with the free throw, knocks it in, they're down 9, 20-point swing. And basically less than a quarter, because I think it's happened since like 3 minutes were left in the first quarter. So it looks like Brown is going to be the major contributor off the bench in this game. He's doing well. Jokic came up short in the lane there. It was a good look by him. All right, Butler up top gets the screen. Butler not looking at the rim. Now does, but passes it out. Love gets it back to Adebayo. Yeah, Vince was in the corner and Love completely missed, and KCP for whatever reason reaching in. Like why? There was no need. Like I get it, you're trying to get the strip, but you're bailing out Struess. Oh, Struess missed the first one. Struess for the second free throw, knocks it in. Oh, I see. What was that? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Ambit Salvacion Domingo. See you in the stream. Appreciate you for tuning in. Struess knocks in 2 of the 3 free throws. Nuggets are up 50-43. Heat are on an 8-0 run right now, which was timely for them because the game was looking like it was getting away from them. Jokic has Adebayo just backing him down. Out to Murray. Passes a little off, so he couldn't really shoot it right away. Back out to Jokic. Jokic gets into the lane. Blocked by Adebayo, gets it back, knocks it in. Adebayo did everything he could. Jokic just ended up getting it back and putting it back in. Adebayo out to Struess for 3. Short, airballed it. So Murray back the other way. All right, so Murray gets a screen from Jokic out to KCP for 3. He was long with it. Butler with the rebound. Over to Adebayo, who brings it across half court. Vince looked like he pushed off, but no call. Adebayo over to Struess into Butler. Butler trying to back down KCP. Gets it to go. So it's 52-45. 2.5 minutes to go here in the half. Aaron Gordon over to Jokic. Gets it to Murray. Butler ran into Kevin Love. That's how their defense has kind of been. So Vincent back the other way. Has Jamal Murray on him. Gets the screen from Adebayo. Gets into the lane. Runner. Knocks it in. Good shot by Vincent. So what have we seen during this run from Miami? They haven't had turnovers, so Denver can't run. And it's allowed them to get better possessions offensively. Gordon with the short pull-up. Short on it. Murray gets the rebound down low amongst the trees. Murray has Butler on him. Gets to the baseline. Out to Porter Jr. 3. Short. Struess with the rebound over to Vincent. And Vincent back the other way, but meets KCP at the 3-point line. Gets over to Kevin Love. Jokic bit. Love sidestep, but he missed the 3. Aaron Gordon with the rebound. Back the other way. Try to throw a bounce pass to KCP. Was kicked out of bounds. So, yeah. Young Kobe, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for tuning in. Heat of battle back. It's been another game of kind of runs. Heat were up early, double figures. Denver answered back, was up double figures. Now the Heat are on a nice little run here. KCP. I mean, that's a tough call on Vincent, but I got to see this one again. So KCP had it. No, I can see that. Yeah, Vincent was in his landing area. I mean, it's a tough foul because Vincent was kind of on the ground hoping to get the loose ball, but according to the letter of the law with landing space, that's a foul. But yeah, young Kobe, how you feeling about this game so far? So KCP knocks in the first free throw. Oh, Sweaty Boy in the chat. W refs. Yeah. KCP knocks in the second one. So 55.6 to go in the half. It's 54-47 Denver. Here's the third free throw from KCP. Knocks it in. And it's not a finals game without the broadcast mentioning LeBron James. All right, so Butler off the screen, gets into Jokic, picks up his dribble, needs some help. Fade away, knocks it in. That's a tough bucket. So 55-49, 31 seconds to go in the half. Murray looking to set up the screen from Jokic, gets it over to Jokic. Jokic with a nice touch pass to Aaron Gordon. That was beautiful offense there. And Aaron Gordon showing the athleticism. Catching it, going up all in one motion. So Miami's going to sit here and hold for the last shot. Have 8 seconds. And Nuggets had a foul to give. Gordon gives it up top. Yeah, Murray pass to Jokic, touch pass to Gordon. One motion goes up to the rim. Jokic only with 3 assists. I think by this point, last game, he had 10. And, of course, there's a guy in the crowd dressed as the Joker. The Heath Ledger Joker. So 5 seconds, Strus gets it to Adebayo, pull up, knocks it in. 1.5 seconds. Let's see if the Nuggets can Jokic with it, throws it up. He actually hit rim. Sweaty Boy, that was an amazing first half. Yes, it was. Much better than game one. So we got 57-51 at the half. I mean, Sweaty Boy, and anybody else who's in here, I'm sticking around for halftime, so we can talk about it or talk about anything else. It's all free game. But let me pull up the box score real quick to give you all the rundown of who's doing what. So for the Heat, remember, Tyler Hero, it was rumored about he might play tonight, not playing tonight. Spoelstra made the switch. Caleb Martin to the bench. Kevin Love started. Kevin Love gave him 3 points, 5 rebounds, and assists. Okay. Butler's got 11, so he's almost matched his game one production already in the first half of this game. He had 13 in game one. He's got 11 right now with 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Adebayo 6 and 6 points and rebounds. Strus with 14. Sweaty Boy says that dunk that Jamal Murray did was good. Yes. Yeah. That's what him getting hit on the arm, and yeah, that was a great dunk. Young Kobe says Kevin Love doing well. Yeah, 3 points, 5 rebounds. He's not necessarily shooting well. He's 1 for 5 from the field, but he's a plus 15. So, gotta give him credit for that. Like I said, Strus with 14. He was scoreless in game one, so he's definitely upped his production. Vincent's got 12. I think he had 20 in game one. Lowry with 3. Caleb Martin hasn't scored yet, but like I said, Caleb Martin's dealing with an illness. Don't know if that's affecting him necessarily. But he's only taking 2 shots as well. For Denver, you have Aaron Gordon with 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Porter Jr. only has 3 points. Breaking news: Sam Cassell is joining the Celtics staff. Thank you, Brad Stevens. Maybe Brad Stevens pulled up the stream or something. Guy said, gotta bring in strong assistants. Sam Cassell is a really good assistant coach. I love that move. But we can talk about that in a little bit. Hold on a second. We got Support June 3, Jokic with 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He only has 3 assists. But we know Jokic can have a really good second half and end up around 15 like last game. Caldwell Pope, 6 points, 2 rebounds. Jamal Murray, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Uncle Jeff Green with 7 points off the bench. Bruce Brown with 7 off the bench. And Christian Brown, I guess you pronounce it, with 6 points, 3 assists. But defensively, he had great energy. Got a couple of steals. So I think Christian Brown was great off the bench as well. But like you said, Sweaty Boy, it was a really good first half. Looks like we're in for another close game. But the key is when the game slows down a little bit, Miami plays better. When Denver's getting out in transition, because there was a little stretch there where Miami had too many turnovers and Denver's just running up and down the court, Miami can't hang with that at all. So Miami's got to take control of the ball, keep control of the ball in the second half if they want a chance to win this game. If there's any turnover, you can expect Denver to get an easy bucket out of it. All right, so Young Kobe says, am I expecting too much to want Jimmy to shoot more, or is that just not his play style? That's just not how – look, Jimmy Butler is wired differently. There's games where he'll come out looking for a shot early. Then there's games where he kind of waits. Seems like that's what he's doing right now, although second quarter, I think he was more aggressive than in the first quarter. So it might see more of that in the second half. Actually, let me see. How many shots did he have? I mean, Butler was 4 for 9, so he's on pace for 18 shots. I'm not mad at that. But yeah, I think he was definitely more aggressive in quarter 2 than quarter 1. But yeah, that's kind of just how Jimmy Butler plays, which I always say is one of the more frustrating things in terms of trying to figure out how to rate Jimmy Butler. Because there are so many nights where he kind of takes the night off or he'll take halves off that I don't know I can put him up there as like a top player in the game, but he'll have crazy halves and quarters where it looks like he's a top 5 player in the league. So, yeah, that's just how he is, you know. Yeah. But they're down a game. And like I said, he turned it up in the second quarter. I would expect that to happen over the course of the second half as well in this game. Because, yes, they were once up 11 in this game, but they're only down 6 at the half, so the game is still within their reach. Where, you know, remember that point in the game where Miami had too many turnovers? The game looked like it was going to get out of hand at that point. But then Miami went on like a 16-3 run and got right back into the game. So if you're Denver, you're happy that you have the lead at the half. You're happy that you overcame the 11-point deficit. If you're Miami at the half, yeah, you kind of screwed up with the big lead that you had early on, but you're only down 6. Also for Denver, Miami is shooting 47% from 3, and they have the lead. But yeah, like I said, Young Kobe, that's kind of how Jimmy plays. Also, he does a lot of up fakes. There's a lot of times he'll get into the lane, pick up his dribble, not necessarily look at the basket. That's just Jimmy Butler's bag. So yeah, Sweaty Boy, they're showing the Jamal Murray dunk again. gave Strus that nasty look. So I mean, you have a dunk like that, you got to let the guy know about it. I'm glad the refs didn't call it tech or anything like that. Like it's the finals. Emotion's gonna be there. As long as there's nothing overboard where it leads to fighting and stuff like that, I'm okay with a little face, a little say something to somebody. It's all fun and game. Yeah, so like I said, it literally just popped up on my phone. Sam Cassell will be on Joe Mazzulla's coaching staff next season, so they got him away from Philly. I'm assuming Sam Cassell didn't want to be under Nick Nurse, or Nick Nurse probably has his guys he wants to bring in for his coaching staff. Cassell was there under the previous regime with Doc Rivers. Makes sense. But that's definitely a big get for the Celtics. And there's rumors about, Rajon Rondo possibly joining the Celtics staff. I mean, imagine that. You have Mazzulla, who's intense, Cassell, Rondo. That's a strong coaching staff. But yeah, so we are at the half. 57-51 Nuggets lead. Hopefully you guys are having a great night. Once again, I'm having a lot of fun with you all. Just to let you know, remind you. So games 3 and 4, I probably will not be able to do a watch along for because I will be out of town. But there is a game 5. I will be back. And we'll be back for 5, 6, 7, whichever games we get. So 3 and 4, I definitely will watch while I'm out of town. But I just won't have my stuff to necessarily record. So I might just do like short form videos, like a YouTube short or TikTok or something after the games. So yeah, I mean, it's good to get out of town, but I wish I could do all these games with you guys. That Gabe Vincent foul is confusing. I get that he's obstructing the landing, but it was a loose ball like a second before they shot it. Yeah, so like I said, with the letter of the law or rule book, whatever you want to call it, it was a foul because of the landing space. You could thank Zaza Pachulia for that when he slid underneath Kawhi Leonard a couple of years ago. So I think what Gabe Vincent was trying to argue was that, yes, he was on the ground, but KCP kind of jumped into him. But when they showed the replay, I thought live I was kind of with Vincent on that one, but from the replay, he was literally like right there in KCP's landing space. So it's an unfortunate foul, but it was the right call. But young Kobe, I do get what you're saying. Because Vincent was literally just diving, was going after the loose ball. KCP happened to get it. And I think KCP, knowing that he was there, took the 3 because he assumed he was going to get the foul call. So, Spoelstra, I wouldn't be mad at Vincent for the foul there because he's trying to create something defensively with hustle, so I can live with that. But KCP was definitely smart in that play to take the shot and force the refs to make the call. But it was a foul because of the landing space. But yeah. But like I said, I see what you're saying, young Kobe. Yeah. So 57-51 at the half. Better first half of basketball overall from game 1. Because at this point, the Nuggets had a sizable lead. It's just a 6-point lead in this game. But Miami, big lead early. Lost it. Nuggets had double-digit lead. Lost that. Speaking of the Celtics coaching staff, did y'all miss Ime Udoka in the Heat series? No, I think that's been a narrative all season, but Mazzulla got more wins in the regular season than Ime did, so he had to be doing something. And I could attribute the Heat series to just Miami just shooting lights out from three. And the Celtics, had their own issues offensively. But even with all that, still had a seventh game. Fortunately, Tatum rolled his ankle, so I don't know. Would Ime coaching have been able to coach around that better than Missoula? I don't know. Because Tatum was literally immobile after that happened. He had no lateral movement. Every time he jumped, he was wincing. So I don't know if Ime Udoka changes anything in a game 7. I mean, if you want to argue, the first 3 games would have been different with Ime, I guess. But I like Missoula. I think Missoula could be a good coach. It was his first year. So we'll see. Also, Ime had some pretty good assistant coaches that I would say Missoula didn't have because a lot of those guys left. Which is why I definitely love the fact that Sam Cassell is joining the staff. Jory back in the chat. The only problem I have with Missoula is that sometimes he doesn't adjust when it's necessary. So I think that was more of a problem early in the year because he definitely looked like, he looked like a guy learning on the job. It's not like he was prepared to take the coaching job. It happened because of the Ime situation. They needed a coach, looked around, picked him. As I said before, I thought it was going to be Damon Stoudemire. They went with Missoula. Fine. I did see Missoula get better throughout the season because early in the year, it was a lot of talk about him not using timeouts. He started using them more and more. By the time he got to the playoffs, he was pretty much using timeouts at the perfect situation. I think what definitely works in his favor is the players love his mentality and everything because he kind of goes about it like he's a player on the court. Marcus Smart said it, I think between games like 3 and 4, Missoula's calling stuff, they're not executing and they're not making shots. That's not on Missoula. I completely agree with that. Now, I do think Sam Cassell coming in might be insurance. If next year Missoula struggles, maybe Sam Cassell's the guy who takes over. Because I think most NBA people will say that Sam Cassell is probably an NBA head coach at some point. He's put in a lot of dues as an assistant coach with the Clippers and the Sixers. Maybe that's part of his motivation for going to Boston, that he understands there may be an opening for him there. But this definitely, checks off one of the boxes I had for the wish list for the Celtics in the offseason. Better assistant coaches. Already did that with Sam Cassell. There's some talk about Rajon Rondo possibly joining the staff as a coach. I would be down for that. Now there's some personnel decision they have to make. Grant Williams, Peyton Pritchard, who's already said he kind of wants to get traded, and I think Boston probably wants to trade him at this point. So, yeah, I do agree with you, Jory. I think early on, and towards the end of the regular season, adjustments were a little bit of an issue for him. But I thought he got better throughout the year, which for a first-time head coach, that's all you can really ask of him. All right, so we're back for the third quarter. Porter Jr. missed the baseline jumper. Heat with the ball. Butler into the lane. Out to Vincent for 3. Knocks it in. So it's now 57-54. Nuggets with the lead, but cut in half with the Vincent 3 from 6 to 3. Gabe Vincent now has 15 points, so he's come to play tonight. KCP gets the screen, lobs it up to Gordon, who was wide open underneath. Let's see if Denver tries to establish Aaron Gordon in the post a little bit here in the second half. Especially off of penetration. Because we saw it there. Kevin Love stepped up. Nobody had his back in terms of covering Gordon, and he was wide open for the alley. All right, Butler facing up. Gordon gets out to Strus. Strus off the dribble. Gets it into Adebayo, who hits the reverse layup. Jamal Murray back the other way. Sets up the screen, gets it from Jokic out to KCP, over to Jokic, wide open from three. He up fakes it, backing down Adebayo. Yeah, Adebayo's just going to struggle there. It was a tough shot by Jokic, but he can get anywhere he wants against Adebayo. Jokic now up to 15. Love for three, knocks it in. Quick answer from Kevin Love. So it's now 61-59. So it looks like Miami's kind of recovered some of that three-point shooting that they didn't have in the first game, but they do still find themselves down by a bucket. Jokic up top, hands off to Murray. Murray out to Jokic, hesitates, shoots the three, knocks it in. So we got 64-59 Nuggets with the lead. 9:40 to go in the third quarter. So Adebayo's up top. Over to Butler. Adebayo sets the screen. Yes. Butler into the lane. Picks up his dribble. Out to Vincent for three. Knocks it in. So now both offenses are kind of clicking. So Miami's come out of the half looking much like they did at the end of the first half. Yeah, Porter Jr. was late in his defensive rotation there. He was caught ball watching, and then when the ball went past him, he was slow to recover to the perimeter to contest Gabe Vincent's three. I mean, Vincent caught it. He had time to kind of spin the ball in his hand, look at it, and then take the shot and knocked it in. All right, looks like we are in for a really good game. So Miami's continue the momentum from the first half with their offense. I mean, the Nuggets offensively look good as well. But now Denver's kind of having some breakdowns defensively when Butler gets into the paint and he's kicking it out to guys who are wide open because guys on the perimeter for Denver are caught watching Jimmy Butler and not knowing where their man is behind them. That's what just happened on that play. Porter Jr. kind of got sucked into the lane watching Butler. Vincent was out on the perimeter behind him, and he was late getting out there. So Vincent's having another good game. I mean, it seems like the Caleb Martin illness is a big deal because he hasn't played a lot, I don't think, in this game. But even when he's played, he hasn't really been looking for his shot that much. But yeah, in a timeout, waiting for them to come back. But yeah, how is everybody doing in the chat? Hopefully having a great night. And if you aren't subscribed or following, please do, would appreciate it. If not, it's cool. It's your prerogative. But how are you all feeling with the start of the second half? Like I said, I think Miami has come out from the locker room kind of hitting on all cylinders like they did at the end of the first half. And for Denver, Mike Malone with the timeout, got to tell his guys to know where your man is on defense. Because Miami's shooting around, they're probably up around 50% right now from three. And I get it if Miami's going to knock in threes, but you can't give them wide open threes. That's just making it too easy for them. So let's see how the Nuggets come out of the timeout. All right, Jamal Murray gets over to KCP, out to Jokic. Jokic for three, short. Love with the rebound, outlet pass to Adebayo, and he gets fouled by Jokic. Miami's trying to get a clear. Ooh. Butler stepped out of bounds on the Vincent three. They just showed the replay. You'd like to think a referee would have caught that, but. All right, so they're showing the replay. Yeah, that's probably a clear path foul. Because Adebayo, I love how Adebayo is waving, shaking his head like, no, don't throw it, but it might actually work out in the Heat favor. The fact that Jokic wasn't kind of paying attention and just grabbed Adebayo's arm, I think is going to be called a clear path. Which would mean, was it a one-shot free throw and Heat get the ball? This should be a quick review. So, refs are still looking at it. Like I said, it seems kind of cut and dry to me unless they're checking the game clock. I don't know. This review shouldn't be taking this long. They're really still looking at this play. I didn't think it was that tough of a call to make. Well, I guess the refs need their shine. Okay, so they come back with a clear path foul. So it's two shots and the ball. I thought it was just one shot. So it's two shots, then the Heat get the ball back. So the Heat can tie the game at the free throw line, then they'll have the ball back for the chance to take the lead. So we got 64-62. Nuggets lead. But Heat have a shot here to recapture the lead. All right, so Adebayo's at the line to shoot the two for the clear path foul. Adebayo for a post man is a really good free throw shooter. So let's see if he can knock in both of these. So we got 9:09 left to go in the third. He knocks in the first. Showing Rick Adelman. Okay. All right. Adebayo for the second free throw. Knocks it in. So we have a tie game. Heat now get the ball again because of the clear path. So Butler inbounds to Adebayo. Gets the handoff. Gets into the lane. Butler misses the layup at the rim. Jokic with the rebound. Gets to Jamal Murray. Nuggets back the other way. Murray gets to his spot. Knocks it in. At the free throw line extended, that's like a layup for Jamal Murray. So Vincent back the other way. Looks like the Nuggets were in a little bit of a zone there, but Vincent comes up short on the jumper. Kind of from the same spot as Jamal Murray. So Murray back the other way. Refuses the screen from Jokic, gets into the lane, gets it to Gordon, and foul called. So the ref on the baseline was calling it out of bounds. The ref out on the wing called the foul. I do think of, let's see. Yeah, it was a foul on Vincent. Hit him across the arm. All right, so Gordon to the line for 2. Rims out the first. He'll get a second free throw here shortly. But Vincent now has 3 fouls. He's still in okay shape. Don't want him to get like a 4th one pretty quickly. But he can manage 3 fouls right now. Gordon misses the second one. So an empty trip for the Nuggets. 66-64, 8:20 to go in the third. Adebayo with the handoff to Strus. Back to Adebayo. Gets to the lane. Nice little finger roll there from Adebayo. Hey, Adebayo, when he's operating at the free throw line, he's more effective. All right, Jokic. Jokic got Vincent switched onto him, trying to kick it back out to KCP. Adebayo with the kick ball. Yeah, so that was a great finish by Adebayo. All right, so Porter Jr. out to Jokic. Gives it back to Porter. Jokic for 3. And he gets fouled by Adebayo. Adebayo wants them to replay. Spoelstra's looking to. Let's see. I can't tell if he hit him. I think Jokic has like a natural hitch in his shot, so I couldn't tell if Adebayo hit him on the arm or not. All right, let's see. He didn't touch him. It doesn't look like he touched him. But the Heat bench didn't tell Spoelstra to challenge it, so I guess they saw it. Like I said, it's kind of tough with Jokic having that little hitch at the end of his shot. I can't tell if Adebayo hit him on the forearm or not. But Jokic knocks in all 3 free throws, 69-66 lead for Denver. Jokic now at 21 points. Only 3 assists, so he hasn't done as much playmaking, but he's definitely scoring. Strus is on the ground. Looks like he was trying to set his screen, got run over. Maybe hit his chin. I mean, yeah. So Miami, I guess, thinking about, all right, yeah. They didn't even look at it. There's no need to look at that play. It was not a flagrant foul. All right. Love faked Porter Jr. away. He took the 3. Okay. It's loose ball out of bounds. Looks like it's Heat ball. Jokic thinks it's their ball. He's saying Adebayo knocked. That's clearly off Adebayo. So the rest completely missed that one. Rest struggling right now. Strus with a deep 3. Nope. Love with the rebound. Can't put it back. Porter Jr. with the rebound. Out to KCP. Gets it to Murray. Murray's going to get the screen from Jokic. Gets it to Jokic. Jokic had it knocked away. Butler back the other way. Butler gets it stripped away. Great defense on both ends of the floor. Love knocked it away from Jokic in the paint. And then Butler nonchalantly was going up, and KCP knocked it away from him. All right, Heat inbounded. Got Adebayo on the left wing with the pull up. Nope. Porter Jr. with the rebound. Gets it up to Aaron Gordon. Gordon over to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. picks up his dribble. Gets over to Jamal Murray. Jokic had Strus on him, but couldn't get it to him. Porter Jr. step back three. Nope. Those are the 3-point shots that I think Porter Jr. gets in trouble when he starts taking too many of those. Now that one, it was kind of at the end of the shot clock, so you can kind of live with it, but I think he can get better looks off the dribble than that. So Adebayo's up top, gets over to Kevin Love for three. He's short. Aaron Gordon with the rebound, and the Nuggets are bringing the ball back up the floor. Gordon with the handoff to Jokic. Jokic out to Porter Jr. He has Kevin Love on him. Kevin Love moving his feet. Jokic has the ball. So he has Butler on him. Jokic gets into the lane over to Porter Jr. Puts in the little push shot on the baseline. And the Nuggets lead extends out to 5. 71-66. 5:42 to go here in the third quarter. All right, so Butler at the free throw line, Long on the jumper, Nuggets with the rebound, with a chance to go up 7 or 8. Jokic looking, picks up his dribble, gets over to Porter, back to Jokic. Jokic off the dribble, has it knocked away. They say Heat ball. I got to see the replay. Let's see. I think that's off Strus. All right, so they changed the call. It's Nuggets ball. Yeah, it looks like Zarba changed the call to Nuggets ball. Okay, we got a good game right now. Yeah, we've had great defensive plays on both ends of the floor. We've had some tough shots made on both ends of the floor. So definitely a more competitive game so far than it was at this point in game one. Jokic is kind of getting frustrated with a couple of the calls recently, but they do still have the lead. It looks like Zarba and the crew figured out this one, because it looked like it was a loose ball and Strus knocked it out of bounds. Like, I could see live where they would have thought that maybe it went off of Jokic. But yes, so those of you tuning in, if you first time checking out the stream, appreciate it. I have been doing a lot of these watch-alongs I started with the conference finals with the Celtics, but decided to continue them for the finals. Did game one, have done game two, doing game two right now. Obviously, that's what you're watching, but games 3 and 4 I will not be available to do. So hopefully it doesn't end in a sweep. That way I can pick right back up with game 5. But if you aren't, subscribed or following me on, other social media, because at least for 3 and 4, I will do like a YouTube short or a TikTok or something recapping the game. So I will be watching them, of course. I just won't have my stuff to record. So yeah, so if you're over on Twitch, look at my bio. You'll see the links to everything. Same as YouTube. But if you're also watching and you haven't subscribed on YouTube or follow on Twitch or Facebook, feel free to do so. It would help me out a lot. You could be like Gucci Bricks, who followed me on Twitch earlier. I hope Gucci is still in the chat because I know he said he wasn't able to watch the game because it wasn't available where he was. I guess, or she. I can't assume it's a man, but yeah. Looks like we are coming back from commercial. Yes. All right, talking about Jokic's neighborhood in Serbia. I can imagine he's a rock star in Serbia. All right, just not completely back yet. They're still showing some Jokic stuff right now. All right, so Vincent has the ball, gets over to Butler up top, gets KCP switched onto him, backing him down. Once again, picks up his dribble to kick it out, facing up KCP, gets into the lane, missed the little half hook, but they call it foul on KCP. It looked like he caught him on the arm. So Butler to the line for two. Butler's first free throw rattles it home. So we got 71-67 Nuggets lead, 5:02 left to go in the third quarter. So Butler waiting, shoots the second free throw, knocks it in. So it's back to a 3-point lead for Denver. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Aaron Gordon brings it up across half court, hands it off to Bruce Brown, gets over to Murray. Murray gets it to Brown, goes through his hand, turnover Nuggets. Gabe Vincent with the recovery, going back to then Brown with the turnover right back. He picked Gabe Vincent's pocket, went up, got stopped at the rim. Jokic has it, gets into the lane over Vincent, knocks it in. Tough runner by Jokic there. So Adebayo has it, gets it out to Butler. It's got Aaron Gordon on him. Gordon gets into the lane. Butler got into the lane, gets it up to Adebayo, push shot, knocks it in. I lose track of Adebayo offensively. A lot of times it seems like he's in the lane for more than 3 seconds, but I think that one he was good. All right, so Murray has it, gets it over to the right corner, kicks it out over to Brown, misses the three. Love with the rebound, gets it to Strus, gives it back to Vincent. I thought Strus kind of hopped up the ball. That's what I was like, but he did dribble it. So Vincent over to Adebayo, faces up Jokic. Yeah, he doesn't want to do anything with it out there. Shot clock to 3 seconds already. Butler with the three, misses it. Butler with that line drive three, hit the back rim and out. Jokic backing down Adebayo, gets back to Murray. He wants it back, gets it back, misses it. Strus helped out on the boards, and then we got a loose ball foul on Strus. All right, so we got Christian Braun coming back in, Jeff Green coming back in for the Nuggets. The Heat made some substitutions. The camera cut away before it could see who it was. Zeller and Lowry coming in, and Caleb Martin coming into the game for the Heat. So for the Nuggets, we have KCP, Jeff Green, Christian Braun, Bruce Brown, Jokic on the floor. For the Heat, you have Strus, Cody Zeller, Caleb Martin, Lowry, and Jimmy Butler. Bruce Brown gets fouled underneath. I think that might have been Strus again. And Brown going to the line for two. Yeah, that was Strus. All right, so Bruce Brown at the line. First shot, knocks it in. So we got 74-70 Nuggets lead. All right, so they're talking about the upcoming games. Games 3 and 4, which will be in Miami Wednesday and Friday night. All right, so 75-70 right now as Bruce Brown knocked in both free throws. Kyle Lowry letting the ball roll. Finally picks it up. Here we go. Out to Zeller from 3. So Jokic is just hanging around the rim because you know Zeller is not really much of a threat unless he's in front of the rim. Butler gets it to the lane, gets it to Zeller. Zeller somehow made that one. Okay. That was a tough lane over Jokic. Jokic out to Bruce Brown. Back to Jokic. Jokic wants Brown to kind of clear out. Looking to back down Zeller. Half hook. Knocks it in. Nice soft touch by Jokic. It hit, back rim and in. So 77-72 right now. 2:20 to go in the third. Butler has Jeff Green on him. Gets it out to Strus. Over to Lowry. Lowry gets the screen. Up for 3. Knocks it in over Jokic. So it's now 77-75. Nuggets with the 2-point lead. 2 minutes to go in the third. All right, so Bruce Brown has Caleb Martin on him. Got a little loose of the handle. Turnover. Strus. Terrible fast break there. But they keep the ball. Strus out to Butler. Over to Lowry. He has Jokic on him. And he pushed off. I mean, look. Lowry, that situation, you have to think he'd be able to get to the rim or get by Jokic at least. But I mean, Lowry's not really that guy. All right, so Jokic has Zeller on him, backing him down again. Gets into the lane. And one. Zeller tried to muscle him back. Jokic went up with it, got the bump. Ball rolls over the rim, knocks it in for the and one. Yeah, Zeller tried to be physical with him. Jokic for free throw line, rims it in. 80-75 Nuggets with a 5-point lead. 1:21 to go in the third quarter. Butler's got Jeff Green on him. Picks up his dribble again. Now Butler off the dribble. Knocked out of his hand by Bruce Brown. Heat ball on the baseline. Looks like Butler's going to inbound the ball. Out to Robinson, over to Zeller. Zeller gets to the lane, loses the handle twice. Now turned over. Jokic back the other way. Jokic goes coast to coast and knocks it in. Jokic is just fun to watch. All right, Butler has it, gets the screen from Zeller. Butler into the lane. Tried to draw a foul. Didn't. Zeller had it. Lost the handle. Jokic with and then he fouls Jokic. Yeah, Zeller might have to sit down. That's 2 possessions he's had the ball in his hand. Lost it. And then defensively, he's not really stopping Jokic that much either. But, you got to steal some minutes for Adebayo and I guess Kevin Love to get a rest. Young Kobe says Cody Zeller disgusting. He's only playing out of necessity. Miami needs size. He gives them some, but offensively, he's a negative. Defensively, he's trying, I guess we'll say. Once again, Jimmy Butler was jogging up the floor while the action was ahead of him. I did not know that about Jokic. Apparently, his favorite player was Tracy McGrady. I can respect that. Butler over to Caleb Martin. Back to Butler. Butler's got Christian Brown on him. Butler sidestep three. Nope. Jokic with the rebound. Denver's going to hold it. Got 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's an 8-point lead for Denver. So Denver's definitely won the quarter. Pope out to Jokic, who's got Adebayo on him. He wants a screen. Backing him down. Nice spin move. Ooh, he was long on the shot, though. So that's the end of the third quarter. It's 83-75. Jokic had a really good quarter, 18 points in the third quarter. Now you can get a little breather between the quarters here, and we're 12 minutes away from either a 2-0 series lead for Denver or a 1-1 tie heading back to Miami for Game 3. If I'm Miami, been shooting pretty well from three in this game. Feels like a game that you have to win if you're shooting well from the perimeter, because you didn't shoot well from the perimeter in the first game. You lost that game, understandably. But this has kind of been the formula for the Heat this playoff run. Knock in threes and win games. If they lose this one, that could hurt their confidence maybe. Now, luckily, they will be going back to Miami for Game 3, but what's up, Jory? So I see you switched over to YouTube. Appreciate that. I do get to see your name instead of just Facebook user. Cody Zeller's horrible. Yes. Hey. The Zeller brothers aren't the most talented. I still say Tyler Zeller is probably the better Zeller brother. I just don't know where Tyler Zeller is. But Cody Zeller is only in the game because he's tall. Fortunately, he's not necessarily big, so Jokic is just backing him down. And then offensively, he's got butterfingers. Does not have great hands. So if you throw a pass to him, you better hope he's not in traffic, because there's a good chance it's a turnover. And what did we see? The couple of times he had the ball in traffic, stripped him quickly. So look, he stole some minutes at the end of the quarter. You know they're going to come out in the fourth. Miami's going to come out with Adebayo and Love, or Love. One of those two will be in the game. Zeller will be sitting on the bench. He probably won't. He might be done for the night, Cody Zeller. I don't know if you want Cody Zeller in the fourth quarter in a game where you're down 8, in a game you probably need to get. Young Kobe, facts. George says there's got to be a tall person that's better. Unless you want to dust off Udonis Haslem, which I guarantee won't go any better. I mean, Jokic might break that, man. I mean, like I said, he only played because Adebayo and Love needed a breather, and then based off of the last game, you don't necessarily want only one of those guys on the court by themselves. I mean, it is kind of weird that they had Zeller out there by himself as the only big. I feel like I would have their minutes cross over. But that was Spoelstra's decision. If it's me and Zeller's out there, Adebayo or Love need to be out there with him. Young Kobe said, Haslam, I'll take it. I mean, Haslam could probably give you 2 minutes. He'd at least have 6 fouls to use. So we're back for the fourth. We got Vincent over on the right wing. Gets into the lane, out to Lowry, over to Duncan Robinson with the up fake, shoots the three, knocks it in. So we got 83-78, 11 and a half minutes to go in the fourth. All right, so Murray up at the logo, gets it to Gordon, gets it to Jeff Green. Just overpowered Kyle Lowry. Denver's been so good so far in this series in finding mismatches. Like Lowry found himself on Jeff Green. What did the Nuggets do? Get the ball to Jeff Green. All right, so Jeff Green at the line for two. He's going to shoot his first one. Knocks it in. So it's now 84-78. Jeff Green getting set to shoot his second free throw. Jeff Green chipping in with 8 points off the bench. Make it 9 as he knocks in the second free throw. So it's 85-78. Heat with the ball here. Adebayo up top. Looking for someone to give it to. Gives it to Lowry. Lowry over in the corner to Vincent. Vincent trying to get back to Adebayo, but they call a foul on Christian Braun. NBA needs to change the rules. These are most non-contact fouls. There are a couple of rules I would like to see the NBA change. I agree with you there. I would like to see hand checking come back. I know that's never going to happen, but a man can dream. Duncan Robinson with the blow by on the baseline, gets to the hoop, lays it up, and will go to the line for a free throw as he goes fouled at the rim. Yeah, Murray caught him on the head there. So Robinson, the free throw line, misses it because he's not used to being on the free throw line as he's just a three-point shooter. But there was a loose ball foul on the rebound, and I think they call a foul on Jeff Green underneath. Yeah, Jeff Green, you can't have Kyle Lowry pushing you under the hoop. I get it, Kyle Lowry is, low center of gravity and all that, but come on now. Oh, Robinson just knocked in the three. Quick timeout from Mike Malone. I mean, Jeff Green was in the area. He did contest the shot. He did give a little bit too much space. Duncan Robinson's not a guy you usually worry about taking you off the dribble, but Jeff Green's like 50, so I guess to go back to your comment, young Kobe, I'll put it up here real quick. You got Jeff Green out there, you might as well throw Haslam out there. Two old men just going at it. Okay. Yeah, so we are in a timeout. The Heat have it down to 2. Once the Nuggets kind of took over and got the lead, the Heat have been able to kind of chip away at it. But usually Mike Malone will call a timeout, and then the Nuggets will go on a little mini run of their own to kind of push it back up to around 10. So now with the Heat having it down to 2, can they sustain it and try to steal this game? Which, at the start, wouldn't have said that because the Heat were up 11 and it looked like the Heat were poised to take game 2, go back home tied at 1. Then Denver looked like they were taking over. But now, the start of the fourth, Miami's been the better team so far. Mike Malone with the timeout, see if he can regroup, get his guys going again. Once again, the Nuggets haven't been able to get out in transition. Miami's playing better. So, but as was evident early on in this game, it looks like looks like this one's going to be tightly contested. Whereas game one, even though it was like a 13-point win for Denver, I feel like the game was more of the 20-point variety. This one's been back and forth, and it has been enjoyable. I mean, game one was enjoyable. It's the NBA Finals. But yeah, so once again, appreciate all of you for tuning in. Once again, having another fun night with all of you. Sunday night. So those of you who have work tomorrow, I mean, yeah, sure these games could start earlier for you all, but what a fun way to end your weekend than an NBA Finals game. All right, showing some of the celebrities in the crowd. Alex English, Nuggets legend. Chuck's there. All right, obviously the commissioner will be there. So the commissioner's watching these games like, as long as these games are going, takes his mind off of the John Morant situation, which he told us after the finals he'll let us know what the discipline is. All right, so we're back. Murray gets the green in the paint. Out to Murray. That was a difficult fadeaway three. So Brown got the loose ball, threw it off of Lowry. They only have 0.1 seconds. So the only thing you can do is kind of throw it at the rim and tip it in. Okay, 24 seconds. Something weird happened there. So Heat get the turnover. They now have the ball with a chance to tie it or take the lead with another three. It's kind of wild that Miami, who had issues with turnovers early on, the Nuggets actually have more turnovers, 11-9. Vincent for three, knocks it in, and the Heat have the lead, 86-85. But there's still 10 minutes to go in the quarter. And offensive foul, illegal screen on Jeff Green. Yeah, so Bruce Brown and Christian Braun on that switch didn't communicate who was going to stick with Vincent. They both ended up going with the pick setter and gave Vincent wide open. All right, so Adebayo at the top. They're going to run the same action off the ball. Robinson gets to the rim, lays it in. And now he's mean mugging and whatever. He's having a good game. I guess we'll allow it. So Mike Malone with another timeout. Because right now Denver's defense is, I guess, loose is the nice way to put it. They're completely forgetting guys off of picks. They're leaving wide open lanes to the rim. They need to fix that. Which, I mean, what does it say about DeAndre Jordan that he can't even get any minutes? I mean, he didn't really get minutes during the regular season, but DeAndre Jordan's literally just a rim protector. All right, if Miami can find minutes for Cody Zeller, I'm just saying. Well, I guess that'd be the answer to your, I guess, comment earlier on, Jory. If Miami and Denver could swing a trade right now, if Miami could get DeAndre Jordan, probably rather see him playing than Cody Zeller. But all that doesn't mean anything right now because Miami has the lead. All right. Still in a commercial break. As Mike Malone's been having to use a lot of his timeouts early here because offensively they're not getting good looks, and then defensively they're giving too many good looks. So just to remind you all, I will be here for a little bit after the game, kind of recap everything, get your thoughts on everything. But once again, won't be able to do games 3 and 4. We'll do game 5 if necessary. But 3 and 4, I will do, TikTok or something after the game. So make sure you follow me over there. Or if you're on YouTube, you're fine because it'll just be a YouTube short. But yeah, that's like I've been saying all game. This looks like it's going to be a game that comes down to the wire. And for playoff games, especially the finals, that's kind of what I want. All right, so we are now back from the commercial. They're showing Duncan Robinson, who's having a good game. So we'll see what Mike Malone was able to do in the timeout. So Robinson's got 10 points in the fourth. The Nuggets only have 2. That's an easy way to lose a lead. All right, so the Heat are in their zone. They just called Jokic with a charge. So let's see. I mean, Vincent was already going down before Jokic contacted him. That was a terrible call. But he got it. And then Jokic just picked up another foul because he caught Adebayo across the face. Yeah. Yeah, Jokic definitely a little bothered by the previous play. What was that? Oh my god. Now we got flopping all over the place right now. Let me see this. Gabe Vincent was that's a bad call too. What was that? I guess. I I guess I don't know. I guess KCP had a hand kind of on his hip. But the way Gabe Vincent came off that screen, it was clearly to just flop to get a 3-point foul. And they gave it to him. No, just 2, sorry. So it's now 90-85. The Heat with a 5-point lead. That's a couple of tough calls against Denver. Over the top to KCP, gets it back to Jokic. Jokic with the crazy turnaround gets fouled by Vincent. They're going to call it on the floor, I believe. Yeah. So they call that one before the shot. Denver's going to inbound the ball from the side. I guess the far side. So Gordon over to KCP. Kind of need to get Jamal Murray going. He's not even on the floor right now. Jokic has it, goes behind the back, gets the foul, misses the shot, but he'll go to the line for two. Check out Jokic is going behind the back. Told Adebayo, you can't, you don't want this. Jokic for the first free throw, knocks it in. Yeah, so Mike Malone is clearly giving Murray some, a breather here. I'd expect to see Murray in the game around maybe the 7-minute mark, if not before that, and try to probably play the rest of the quarter out. All right, so Adebayo faces up Jokic, hands off to Lowry. Lowry uses a screen. Adebayo free throw line jumper, knocks it in. All right, Nuggets are back the other way. Bruce Brown across half court. Jokic has Caleb Martin. He was trying to post him up, but Brown gets to the lane. Missed that one. That's a shot you got to make, but he with the rebound. So Vincent has it, gets it over to Adebayo, who gives it to Duncan Robinson. Robinson out to Martin, over to Vincent. Misses the three. Jokic with another rebound. Jokic kind of surveying. Over to Porter Jr., but Aaron Gordon was fouled off the ball by Duncan Robinson. Jokic wanted to, throw it into Gordon, but Robinson was fronting him. Gordon was trying to spin off of that for a possible alley-oop type, but Robinson did grab him. So, good call there. So Jamal Murray's in the game. I said maybe 7.5 minutes. He's back in at 8 minutes. Yeah, Murray only with 10. But we know with Murray, all it takes is one shot to go in. He can go on a little mini 10-0 run himself. So Jokic has it. Out to Porter Jr. 3. Nope. So Caleb Martin with the rebound, gets it to Kyle Lowry. Over to Adebayo at the top. A little bit further out than he wants it. Gets over to Jimmy Butler. Butler off the screen. Just lost it. Over to Murray. Back to KCP. Over to Jokic. Back to Gordon. Jokic wants to post up Butler. They get it to him. Jokic turnaround. Easy bucket for him. 92-89. So Robinson and Lowry play a little hot potato. The ball's now without a bio. Gets it to Duncan Robinson. Tried to use the screen over to Butler in the corner for 3. He knocks it in. Terrell Davis looks. Terrell Davis looking like, why am I here? Or Terrell Davis. I just forget how you pronounced it. So KCP back to Jamal Murray. Murray gets into the lane. Tough little runner there. Gets it to go. So it's 95-91 Heat lead. 6:22 to go in the game. Murray now at 12. Let's see if that gets him going. Adebayo out to Lowry. Lowry gets the screen, gets it back to Adebayo. Over in the corner to Butler. Butler. Runner in the foul. I don't know if I would. I don't even know if I would have called that. That's kind of a cheap foul, man. Those are the fouls. Young Kobe kind of brought it up earlier. Those are the fouls I can't stand. I get it. Gordon's behind him. Gordon had maybe a fingernail on his back, and then he kicks his legs out, and they just give it to him. Jokic underneath the hoop for the bucket, 98-93. So now at this point, Denver's got to try to stay in it right now. So we got 98-93 Heat lead over in the corner to Robinson. Gets the screen from Adebayo, gives it up to Lowry. Lowry with a deep three. I don't know. I'd have to see that. That looked like Lowry kicked his feet. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Just as Lowry, I wouldn't have given it to him. But yeah, that was a foul. Knocks in the first. I mean, KCP has to do better there. But young Kobe, we kind of talked about this earlier. I don't know. I think there's some aspects of the landing space foul that don't seem fair to me. Because all KCP is doing there is contesting a jump shot. Now it's almost like, what's the point of even contesting 3-pointers? You'd rather just take a chance that they just miss it. So Lowry knocks in all three. It's now 101-93. Heat with the lead. Porter, who has done nothing tonight. And now we got a turnover. Jokic throws it out of bounds, and Jokic is, It's been a frustrating quarter for Jokic. We got 5:14 to go. They're down 8. They need a stop here. And I think Jamal Murray might have to take this game over. So Adebayo out to Robinson, over to Lowry. Lowry looking for the screen from Adebayo. Adebayo went to the rim, wide open rim, dunks it, and won. So it's like a role reversal of game one. Game one, Caleb Martin, Strus didn't do much for Miami. Now game two, Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon hasn't really done much for Denver. But that's a great finish by Adebayo at the rim, and Porter Jr. was late rotating, and all he could really do was foul in that situation. So Adebayo is going to take his free throw. Knocks it in. So we got 104-93. He'd have the lead. You got 4:45 to go in the game. Gordon hands out to KCP, out to Jamal Murray. Murray gets the screen from Jokic, gets into the lane. Oh, blocked by Adebayo. I'd have to see the replay. That could have been a goaltending. So Butler has it, left wing. Adebayo coming over. Gets the screen, out to Robinson, up fake. Over to Adebayo, gets it back. Adebayo out to Butler, turnover. All right, show me this block. Oh, that's going down. That's a goaltend. That was a goaltend. Oh, man. Murray gets into the lane, out to Jokic, knocks it in. All right, it's down to 9. There's still over 4 minutes to go. There's still time. So Okay, some more somewhat breaking news for those of you who might play Madden. Apparently, Josh Allen's going to be the cover athlete for Madden 24. Interesting choice. Could maybe say that for the post game. So we're at a timeout. The Nuggets, because of the little floater by Jokic in the lane, have the game down to 9. We've got, 4:03 to go in the game here. Nuggets need a couple of stops. All right, so Butler over to Adebayo. Robinson runs a screen off ball. They don't get it to him. Butler gets a screen from Adebayo. Butler missed the jumper, gets it out to Caleb Martin for 3, knocks it in. I could say that screen from Adebayo was a little skeptical, but they didn't call that. All right, so Jokic out at the 3-point line, took a couple of dribbles in, and Butler knocks it away from him. Yeah, that was a pretty questionable screen from Adebayo. But Caleb Martin hits the 3. Jokic gets the ball out to Murray. Murray looking to do something with it here. Gets the screen out to Gordon. Gordon for 3. Knocks it in. It's back to 9. But Denver's going to need some stops. Adebayo tried to throw a lob to Jimmy Butler, but unless Jimmy Butler was invisible, he wasn't going to catch that one. Lowry short on the 3, rebounded by Gordon, so that's 1 stop. Denver needs a couple of more stops, and they have to score on this end. Murray gets the screen, deep 3. Okay. And just like that, it's back to 6. We've got 2:22 to go here in the game. 107-101. Butler up top, pull up, knocks it in over Jokic. All right, so Jokic back across, just over 2 minutes. Jokic into the lane out to Murray. Murray's got Butler on him, gets it into Jokic. Jokic gets into the lane. No. Rebound loose. Bruce Brown knocks it in. Back to 6. But you can't trade baskets right now. Nuggets need another stop. I mean, they need a couple of stops, but they got to start with 1. Miami's fine with just kind of running clock here, even though Robinson for 3. No. Got to get the rebound. All right, so it's out of bounds. It's Nuggets ball. Jokic trying to go quickly. The Spoelstra with the substitution gets Gabe Vincent into the game, and Robinson going out. All right, so Murray's got the ball. Got 125 to go, 109-103. Murray's got Jimmy Butler on him, gets into the lane. Want to get out to Jokic. Caldwell Pope for 3. He misses it. Jokic gets the board. Out to Jamal Murray. Knocks it in. Okay. All right. We got ourselves an ending to this one. It's 109-106, 103 to go in the game. It was, 2 minutes ago. Looked like Miami might have had this one. But it's now down to a 1-possession game. We got 52 seconds on the clock. Oh, Butler gets it to Adebayo. Adebayo, nice up fake, gets the foul. Will go to the line for two. Jokic gambled on the screen, trying to get the steal, missed it. He was out of position, and then Caldwell Pope had to come over and foul Adebayo. I mean, I like the idea from Jokic trying to jump the pass, but didn't necessarily have to take that gamble there. If he just gets back into defensive position, you force Adebayo to, face up and have to make a move on you. Instead of that, he had a free run to the rim, and KCP had to hack him. So Adebayo, first free throw, knocks it in. Joshua, appreciate you being back in the chat here. Nuggets crumbled in the fourth. Maybe a little bit. There were a couple of questionable calls that went against them that I think they did let get to them and took them out of their game for a few minutes. So I half agree with that. So Murray gets it to Jokic into the lane, knocks it in. I think Jokic won a little bit of foul there, but so we got 35 seconds. Still a one possession game. We're now down to 27 to go. It's 111, 108. Butler's clearing out his side of the floor. Adebayo's coming to set a screen. Butler's got Jokic. Butler step back out to Martin. Butler gets it back, shoots the three. Nope. Rebounded by Bruce Brown. Gets to Jamal Murray. Got 8 seconds to go. Murray with three. Oh! Murray almost made that one. I still got Nuggets winning both in Miami. To be honest with you, I could see it because, like I said, couple of calls that went against Denver that I thought the rest kind of missed. That you switch those up, Nuggets might win this one. But look, Miami were desperate, made plays that were there for them. I mean, Jamal Murray, that three just hit the front rim. He was online with it. I knew Miami wasn't going to foul. I don't think Spoelstra is one of those coaches who believes in fouling in these situations. Yeah, that shot, that Murray three was right there. Yeah, he was right on line with it. So that's how the game ends. I mean, that's an ending to a finals game. So we got what? Game 3, Wednesday night. Once again, won't be able to stream it, but young Kobe in here. W's, yeah. So win Miami needed, but kind of like what Josh was saying. I mean, Josh, I know you said Josh is cool. I gotta train myself. Josh said, got the Nuggets winning both in Miami. I definitely think the Nuggets win. Winning both might be tough, but I think they have a really good chance to win both. I could see Denver splitting in Miami, take 5 in Denver, and then win 6 back in Miami. I could see that. I think they definitely win 2 in Miami. I mean, there was like a 5-minute stretch there in the third quarter where defensively Denver was all out of sorts. So you could say that's where they lost it. Porter Jr. had a terrible night offensively. Could say you lost it there as well. Jamal Murray. Adebayo got beef with some media person. What's that about? But yeah. So we are into the post game show now. I mean, look, we got a 1-1 series. I still think Denver is the better team. This is a game that should let Denver know that when they slow the pace of the game down, they play into Miami's hand. Because look how Denver made that lead. Made the run late to give themselves the opportunity to tie it at the buzzer. They started speeding the game up because they felt desperate in trying to score quickly to increase the amount of possessions they had late in the game. They were able to get some buckets. They kind of have to play that way all game. Now, maybe they're at altitude all year, so they're used to it, but maybe down in Miami, not dealing with altitude, maybe they're able to keep that pace up all game. I don't know. But from the first two games, that's been my observation. When Denver plays slower, Miami seems like they're able to do more against Denver. But when Denver's pushing the ball, they're running in transition. Miami struggles miserably. So good win for Miami. Not necessarily a, horrible loss for Denver. But they, I would say their execution defensively, especially in the third quarter, was kind of poor. Butler gave them 21. All right, young Kobe, Heat in 7. I mean, look, I'm sticking with Nuggets in 6. Hey, I mean, look, they got a game in Denver. So now Miami has home court advantage, technically. I still think Denver takes at least one in Miami. But we'll see. Got to play the games. Because just because they're in Miami doesn't mean, Denver's going to get Miami's going to get any bigger. They're still the kind of small team. I think Denver let them get away with it. Like I said, when the game slowed down. But yeah. But we'll see. We'll see, young Kobe. If Heat in 7 is right. Like I said, I'm still rolling with Nuggets in 6. But so yeah, the final numbers we have. Hold on a second. Start with the Heat. So the leading scorer for the Heat was Gabe Vincent with 23. Butler and Adebayo both chipped in 21 each. Strus had 14, although he scored 10 in the first quarter. Kevin Love had 6, but he had 10 rebounds. So Kevin Love did his job. Shot 2 for 9 from the field, but he gave them 10 rebounds. Caleb Martin only had 3, but he hit that big 3 in the corner. Zeller had 4, Duncan Robinson with 10, Kyle Lowry with 9. For Denver, Jokic had 41, 11, and only 4 assists, which I guess kind of tells you about some of the role players for Denver. Gordon only had 12, Porter Jr. only had 5, KCP only had 6, Murray only had 18, and a lot of that was at the end of the game there. But Murray did have 10 assists. A lot of those assists went to Jokic. Let's see. Jeff Green had 9, Bruce Brown 11, Christian Braun 6. The Nuggets shot 52% from the field. Heat shot 49%. The Nuggets were 39% from 3. Heat shot 48.5%, so 49% from 3. Free throws were even, 22 attempts for the Nuggets, 20 for the Heat. Heat were 18 for 20 and 90%. Nuggets 19 to 22, 86%. So both teams shot well from the line. The Nuggets out rebounded the Heat by 11, but you would kind of expect that because of the Heat's lack of size. Heat had more assists, so Heat had better ball movement. The Nuggets had more steals. Heat had more blocks. Nuggets had more turnovers, 13 to 11. Not a terrible number, but you'd like to see probably closer to 10. Nuggets took advantage off the turnovers. They had 23 points off turnovers. The Heat had 19. Fouls were even. Fast break points, yeah, 18 to 5. That's what I'm saying. When the Nuggets play quickly, that's not a game Miami wants to play. So I think Mike Malone has got to hammer that into his group for Game 3 in Miami. Because if Denver could get out and run, take the Miami crowd out of it, I think they'll definitely benefit from that. But yeah, we now have a 1-1 series. I mean, the old adage is series doesn't start until the road team wins a game. Well, that's happened. So I guess it's series on right now. But yes, we are into the post-game show, so you guys in the chat, throw some comments out there. Let's talk about what happened here before I get out of here and say goodnight. But yeah, Game 3 Wednesday. Game 4 is next Friday night. Once again, will not be able to do a stream for those two games, but Game 5, I will be back. We'll see where we are by Game 5, because now we know it's necessary with the series being 1-1. Could Game 5 be an elimination game? Maybe. Or it's going to be, I guess, the swing game of a 2-2 series. Either way, I'll be in for a great game. But yeah, so young Kobe, know you're enjoying this as the Heat supporter. Josh, who was here, I'm with Josh. I like the Nuggets still in this series, so I'm not too bothered. I had the Heat winning 2 games in this series. They just got 1. So my prediction of Nuggets in 6 looks pretty good right now. Now, Josh does say he thinks the Nuggets are going to win both in Miami. I think that's going to be a tough task. I do think the Nuggets could get it done. Because like I said, if the Nuggets can give me 2 games of them playing out quickly, getting on the fast break, then yeah, I think they get both games in Miami. It's not like Miami's all of a sudden want to run because they're at home. No. Miami is not built for that. I mean, they probably should be, since they're not that big of a team. They should be built as a team that likes to run, but Butler likes to conserve his energy. Adebayo kind of has to, because he's the only legitimate big they have. So the Heat are going to try to do the same thing they did in the second half, slow it down a little bit, make sure they execute offensively. Nuggets have to kind of tighten up defensively. There was too many possessions where Heat players off of a simple pick and roll had direct lines to the rim. The Nuggets have to tighten that up. Porter Jr. and Gordon need to show up in Game 3. More so Porter Jr. because offensively he gave them pretty much nothing. He did score a couple of buckets, but he's a guy he's basically a gunner. You need him to give you like 15 to 18 each game. Let's see what else we got. The double big experiment, putting Kevin Love into the starting lineup. I'm assuming that's going to continue in game 3. See how Tyler Hero gets used. It seems like he will play in game 3. Who does he take minutes from? Will Spoelstra feel like he needs to start Hero? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Yeah, what a game that was. Especially the ending. Would Jamal Murray let that go? I kind of thought he was going to make it. But just short. Hit the front rim, rimmed out, and the Heat escaped Denver with the win, now claiming home court advantage. But Denver's obviously more than capable of taking it back. All they got to do is, at worst, you got to win one in Miami. At worst. I mean, is it the end of the world if Miami wins both in Miami? They're up 3-1. No, because Game 5 is on your floor. And then, it's a dangerous way to play. But we saw the Celtics do it in the last round. I'm sure the Nuggets aren't playing, for that scenario, but just leaving that out there. Yeah, both teams feel okay with where they are. Miami probably feels better because they're the underdog road team. They get one, but for Denver, you should still feel confident that you should win this series. And again, Miami's been kind of going off script all playoffs, since scripts have been the hot buzzword of these playoffs. But I mean, the Countdown crew, they all picked Miami, I believe. So I guess they knew something. Yeah, so we are coming up on the 3-hour mark. Once again, part of that was, I actually had the timing right. It was just my feed screwed up in the beginning. So I'll hang around for a couple minutes more. You guys in the chat, fire away in the chat. This is your time to shine. I've kind of given you all of my analysis and breakdown of this game. Let's hear what you have to say. So yeah, like I said, I still can't believe the Murray shot didn't go in, because Murray seemed like he was laying low, and then picked his spot when Jokic kind of was getting frustrated with the refs, because one, we had the block by Adebayo that Denver thought was a goaltend. I thought it was a goaltend. They showed the replay. It was a goaltend, but they got away with that one. A couple plays involving Jokic where he was obviously upset with the calls that went against him. Ryan Jansen, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for tuning in. I thought Nuggets had it after last night, but I don't know anymore. I wouldn't. If you had the Nuggets after tonight, I would still feel confident in that pick, because I had the Nuggets. I still got them. There was, like I said, there was a period of defensive lapses, and Denver has to realize when they slow the ball down, it plays into Miami's hands. Not saying Denver can't score in the half court or anything like that, because they can. But their biggest advantage is their ability to get out and run, because Miami does not want to run up and down. And I'm not even saying Denver needs to run up and down for 48 minutes because look, at this point in the season, players are kind of beat up. That's asking a lot, but they have guys who can run. Aaron Gordon, Porter Jr. off the bench. You got Jeff Green. You got Bruce Brown. You got Christian Braun. Those guys can run the wing. Let them run. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Ryan, I wouldn't say I don't know anymore. I would still stick with the Nuggets. Now, look, if the Nuggets go Miami in games 3 and 4 and get swept down there, maybe then you can question your prediction. And even then, if they're like 2 blowouts, then yeah, I would feel worried. But at this point, nah. Stick with your pick. But yeah, Ryan, now that you are in here in the chat, I don't know how long you've been in here, but games 3 and 4 will not be allowed. I mean, not allowed. I will not be available to do a watch along for, but I will be watching the games, and I'll do a little video after. So yeah, so if you're planning on tuning into me for a watch along 3 and 4, will not be available. We'll be back game 5, which is what is it, the following Monday? So yeah, I should be able to do 5, 6, and 7 if necessary. You have to clarify that. But yeah. So Ryan, so what about? I just got here. I missed most of the game time. That's okay. You know, luckily for you, you can watch it after. But so I guess what about tonight has you wondering now about your Nuggets pick? Is it just the fact that Miami won, or was it something you saw in the game that has you worried about picking the Nuggets right now? So like I said, you know, from what I saw from games 1 and 2, Nuggets play with pace. They're clearly the better team. When they slow it down and stop moving offensively, you know, when they're standing around offensively, they play into Miami's hands. So even if they're in the half court, if they have a lot of motion offensively, I still think they get what they want. But there's a period where they kind of had guys just standing around the perimeter, passing it around. Then the shot clock would get low, and then somebody would just have to try to create something, and that's where they got into trouble against Miami. Okay, so I still think the Nuggets are going to win. I just think that it could go to 6 or 7 now instead of 5 like I predicted. Okay, so I got you. Okay, I can see that. I mean, yes, like I said, I had Nuggets in 6, so I'm okay with that. But so if you had 5, yeah. So I guess your worry is you don't know if you could see Denver winning 3 in a row to make your prediction right of Nuggets in 5. I get it. I get your comment now. It makes more sense. Well, I guess for you, Ryan, game 3 will probably be important to you. Because the Nuggets win game 3, I think game 4 is more winnable for Denver. And then in that case, I would think it would end in game 5 in Denver. So I think in that case, yeah. But if Miami wins 3, I still think Denver would win 4. Then yeah, your prediction can't come because then it has to go 6 games at that point. So yeah, so game 3 will be important for your prediction, Ryan. Obviously, but yeah. So yeah, I do agree with you. You should still have the Nuggets winning it, but yes, the amount of games, I got you. I think they split the next 2. I do as well, but that's only if Miami wins game 3. I think if Denver wins 3, I think Denver sweeps the next 2. I'm not saying Miami wouldn't be able to win a game 4 if they lose game 3, but I just think I would assume Denver got back to running and getting out in transition. It would just carry that over. But yeah, I do agree with you. That's kind of why I had, Denver in 6, because I assumed a split in Miami, and I did think Miami was going to split in Denver. But then Denver winning 5 and 6. And plus, for Denver, you know, would they bank on Porter Jr. having another poor game like tonight? Probably not. I mean, that's basically the difference in terms of the score. If Porter Jr. has a normal Porter Jr. game, Denver wins. He didn't. Plus some other things, they ended up losing. Because I'm saying when all of Denver's players are hitting at the same time, their margin of error is way more than it is for Miami. Because look, Miami, they had a good game from Vincent, a good game from Strus, good game from Robinson. Butler played better. Adebayo had a good game. The only one was Martin dealing with the illness. He only had 3 points. They won by 3. For Denver, you could say Porter Jr. underperformed from game 1. I think Aaron Gordon underperformed from game 1. Jamal Murray, for the most part, underperformed from game 1. And Denver lost by 3. So, yeah. Margin of error for the Heat, razor thin. Denver has more leeway. Have you watched the Stanley Cup Finals at all? What game 1 was tonight, right? I think. I haven't. Or was game 1 last night? I don't know. I've kind of been so locked in with NBA right now, but I have watched like NHL playoffs. Yes. Okay, so game 1 was last night. I know I saw it pop up somewhere. I saw very little of it. Yes, I do know Vegas won. I mean, I've been impressed by Florida. I mean, yes, they beat my Bruins team, but I like how scrappy Florida is. I think Vegas is the more talented team. Either way, Bruins fans are going to hate it because if Florida wins it, Florida's the one that ruined the Bruins' great season. If Vegas wins it, Bruce Cassidy got fired from Boston, went to Vegas, and then wins it the first year he's in Vegas. So it's a lose-lose situation for Bruins fans. I mean, look, to fit the theme of 2023 and it being a weird sports year, I kind of went into the series rooting for Florida because it seems like an underdog type thing for this year, but I do think Vegas is the better team. Now, game 2 is assuming tomorrow. Yeah, Ryan, I'm kind of there with you. Okay, so tomorrow's game 2. I mean, there's no NBA game. Red Sox play at 4, so I will definitely be tuning into the Stanley Cup Finals tomorrow. That's for sure. Yeah, because I love the NHL. I mean, I watch NHL all regular season. I think NHL playoffs are just, if not the best of the professional sports, it's probably a very close number 2. I'd probably say NFL playoffs are number 1, but NHL playoffs, like if you don't watch hockey, I would say watch NHL playoffs, especially Stanley Cup Finals. Nothing better. But yes, I will be watching game 2. Um, well, actually, I could probably, yeah. Yeah, I'll probably be watching all the games now because game three, because now it's like every other day you'll have NBA finals and then NHL Stanley Cup finals. All right, so MLB doesn't get exciting until the ALCS and NLCS. Oh, you're talking about playoff wise? Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I have been watching a lot of the Red Sox. They're a team that's kind of overperforming, but unfortunately, it's like the worst year for them because the whole division's really good right now. They are fun to watch, but yeah, I do agree with you. For the MLB playoffs, ALCS, NLCS is the best time to watch. NBA playoffs, I think like once you get past the first round, I think it's better at that point. Like I said, NHL playoffs, you can watch any round. NFL, I would say any round. Like wild card weekend is the greatest for NFL for the NFL playoffs. Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably go ranking the playoffs. I'd go NFL, NHL, really close, NBA, then MLB. MLB is my number one sport, and NFL, NBA, NHL are all tied. Okay. I mean, I think NHL gets kind of slept on, but it is fun to watch. I, I mean, I don't think I've actually been to a NHL game live, and I still enjoy watching it on TV. I mean, from Boston, I tell people all the time, if I knew how to ice skate, I would have played hockey. No questions asked. I mean, trust me, I wouldn't be like happy to rock the gaps in my mouth from sticks and pucks hitting my teeth and knocking them out, but I would have played. But yeah, so I guess your original question, yes, I will be. I haven't paid a lot of attention to Stanley Cup Finals, but yes, I will definitely be doing that from now on. I've never been to an NFL or NBA game, so I have been to a couple of Patriots games, and I went to a couple of Celtics games. So I'm down in the Atlanta area now, and I actually went to a Hawks Celtics game down here. Haven't been to a Braves game, but I went to like Red Sox games when I was up in Boston. Yes, oddly enough, the Bruins were the one team I never went to any of their games. At least not that I remember. I mean, I think most sports are like enjoyable to watch live. I know you say you've never been to an NFL or NBA game. They're a lot of fun live. Are you a fan of all Boston teams? I am. Yes, I rock with the teams I grew up with. Like I said, now in the Atlanta area, I do pay attention to the teams down here. As a big sports fan, I just watch a lot of games, a lot of different sports as well. I don't just stick to the major ones. Well, the big four. Watch a lot of soccer. Watch like Olympic sports, Olympic years. Love them. Um, Golf's like hit or miss. I'm in or out on golf. That kind of covers everything. I'm a Celtics and Red Sox fan, but NFL I'm a Chiefs fan. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. So now the question is, are you from Boston or are you from Kansas City? Or neither? You just kind of fell on those three teams. If I see Celtics or Red Sox, I'm thinking Boston. But then being a Chiefs fan, I don't know if I know a lot of Chiefs fans from Boston. Because at least if you were like Kansas City or in that area, not really an NBA team. So if you latched onto the Celtics, I can understand that. Even the Red Sox part, I figured most Midwestern people would be like Cardinals fans or something. But yeah, are you from Boston or Kansas City? Or neither, and just from somewhere else? I feel like I asked this before from you. I can't remember. Like I said, I know, Ryan, you've been like subscribed for a while. I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan, I know you really enjoyed last season. And you'll probably enjoy this season because the Chiefs are going as one of the favorites for sure. Which, I mean, look, the Chiefs won it last year without a necessary number one wide receiver. I mean, yes, Travis Kelsey's their number one, but he plays tight end, even though he's like a probably wide receiver in a tight end's body. But there's a guy out there that Kansas City, if they move some money around, DeAndre Hopkins is available. I'm from neither. Okay, I grew up Red Sox. Last time the Celtics because of the Red Sox and the Chiefs because of Mahomes. Okay. I started watching football when Mahomes was drafted. Okay. So that almost makes me want to think maybe you're from Texas. As he was a Texas Tech guy, follow him to the Chiefs would make sense. I've got my detective hat on. But yeah, so look, Chiefs are a great organization. They have had a lot of success recently. Look like they're going to have a lot going forward as long as Mahomes is the starter there. As long as he's upright, Chiefs always have a shot at it. I think their division will be a little tougher this year because I do think I'm assuming the Chargers will be a little bit better. Hopefully, what the coach Staley learned from last year and does better this year. Otherwise, he's going to find himself out of a job because there's too much talent on that Chargers team to have what happened last year, which I think he got lucky keeping his job last year, but he's got another opportunity this year, so I think the Chargers will be a little bit better. I think the Broncos will be better this year because of Sean Payton. Although, if Russell Wilson is really washed as some people think, then yeah, Denver's going to struggle again, but I think they'll be better. Raiders are a wild card. I have no idea what the Raiders are going to look like this year. I could see the Raiders being like a 6-win team or like a 10-win team. I don't know. I think they'll probably be more of the former, closer to 6 wins, but who knows? Who's your Super Bowl pick for next year? So sitting here having to pick right now in early June, I think the NFC comes down to Philly, San Francisco, and God, the NFC is just a crapshoot. I think a surprise sneaky pick could be the Lions. But I don't know if the world's ready for the Lions to actually be really good. I think the Lions have the talent. I just don't know if Jared Goff can repeat last year. That'd be my only worry about him. But I think the clear-cut best teams in the NFC are Eagles, Niners. AFC, look, there's like half of the AFC that could win, that can make the Super Bowl next year. But I would probably go, it's probably between the Chiefs, Bengals, Chiefs and Bengals probably. And then looking at that, I'd probably say maybe we might get a repeat next year. Chiefs, Eagles. I think if that happens, the Eagles might get the revenge and win it next year. So sitting here right now, I would say Eagles are my Super Bowl pick for next year. Yeah, so that was me with my process of elimination. I'd pick the Eagles. Of course, a lot can change by the time of now and the actual season starts. Okay, so you went the opposite, basically. So you have Bengals Niners, which I could see as well. I mean, I could see Bengals Eagles, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think it comes down to Bengals, Chiefs, Niners, Eagles again. Wild card teams in the NFC, like I said, Lions. I want to say the Vikings, but this primetime Kirk thing is really an issue, so I don't see that happening. I mean, Lions can't be the only wild card in the NFC. Yeah, there's so many teams in the NFC that have like glaring holes that I just don't know. Yeah, I think it's just Niners, Eagles in the NFC. Like I said, the AFC, I could see the Bengals, I could see the Chiefs. I mean, I think the Chargers are talented enough to get there. I think their coach is the one thing holding them back, but I could see it. Certain things happen. I could see Bills make a run, although I'm probably cooler on the Bills than probably a couple of years before. If you tell me Tua makes it through the year, could Miami get there? Sure. I know the media is going to be all over the Jets. I'm not bought into Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. I mean, I know my Patriots will be better than people expect, but I would be absolutely shocked if the Patriots are in the Super Bowl next year. Cowboys could be a wild card. Cowboys fall into the category of NFC teams that have so many question marks for me. I just don't know what to expect. If Dak Prescott looks like the Dak Prescott from a couple of seasons ago, sure. If he looks like Dak Prescott of last year turning the ball over too much, then no. And then the Cowboys, they don't have Zeke, which I completely agree with. They should have moved on from Zeke a couple of years ago. But Tony Pollard's hurt. I could see the Giants going on a run as well. I put that Giants in that category as well. Like in the NFC, it's Bengals. I'm not Bengals. Niners, Eagles are on one level by themselves. Then it's like a steep drop off to that second level where, yes, I'd put Giants there. I'd put the Cowboys there. I'd put Vikings in there. Lions. Yeah, that's probably like the second tier. Then like just under that would be like your Commanders and Seahawks and stuff like that. But yeah, would I be surprised if the Giants were like in the NFC Championship game? No. But I think if they went up against the Eagles or um, Niners, I wouldn't pick them. All right, so Ryan says, gotta go. Great stream again. Have a good night. You have a good night as well. Appreciate the little NFL talk there to end it. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your night and the little bit of your weekend that's left. It's all right. Had some nice little NFL talk. I was hoping, the guy who was from Scotland was in here again because we could have talked some Man City winning the FA Cup over Man United. Now they're 2/3 of the way to the treble, but not in here. So, I mean, we're coming up on 3.5 hours right now. Like I said, to be honest with you, I could do this all day. Who knows? If I get to the point where I'm up for it, Like I would do an all night type of stream with y'all. But look, getting late, so I guess like Ryan had to dip out of here. I might have to go as well. But yes, that's the recap. Series is now tied 1-1. Heat get a much needed game 2 win, 111-108. Series shifts to Miami for games 3 and 4 Wednesday and Friday night. Once again, we'll not be able to stream those. We'll be away from my equipment for a few days. So we'll be back for game 5, which will be the following Monday. And yes, so with that, I guess I'm out of here. If you like these live streams, please make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. You know what you need to do. All helpful to me, because then I know you like them. Do them a lot more. I mean, if you need more content from me, I do have my podcast, Chomping at the Bit, which you can find over on Facebook on the group page, Chomping at the Bit. You'll find them on YouTube on my channel, Chomping at the Bit, which you can find the links in the About section if you're on Twitch. YouTube, I mean, you already have those up there as well, so check those out. But yes, really great stream again. Appreciate all of you in the chat, all of you who came through, Jordan, Jory, Ryan, everybody else. Made this a fun night. We'll be back with you for NBA Finals Game 5, which we now know is a necessity, so I will be here. Like I said, it'll either be the pivotal game in a 2-2 series or somebody's going to be facing elimination. Either way, should be another great stream. But yes, I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your night, the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all later. All right, I'm out.